The Indus Valley civilization, nobody actually knew that it existed until it was accidentally discovered while a railway was built. Then they found that this culture had had a language, a fully developed written script. It's about 5,000 years old, but there isn't a single Rosetta Stone that enables us to translate that script into any more recent language. If you wish to pass information to a distant future, if you wish it to be preserved, you wouldn't be smart to just write it down.
Welcome to the mysterious and ancient city of Mohenjo-Daro, one of the largest settlements of the Indus Valley civilization and a marvel of prehistoric urban planning buried deep in today's Pakistan.
Since the discovery of the Indus Valley civilization, we have to accept that civilization in India is at least 5,000 years old.
Now, let's unravel the secrets of this place, explore its sophisticated drainage systems, the iconic Great Bath, and decode what secrets might have existed in this magnificent city over 4,000 years ago.
I want to know what else is going to be found that hasn't been investigated yet at all. We're just touching the edge of a huge mystery.
Mohenjo-Daro, situated in the Sindh province of Pakistan, is a key archaeological site from the Indus Valley civilization, also known as the Harappan civilization. Its name, translating to Mound of the Dead in Sindhi, hints at the mysteries buried within this ancient city, offering a unique glimpse into one of the world's earliest urban societies. The site was discovered in 1922 during a broader archaeological survey of the Indian subcontinent conducted by the Archaeological Survey of India. Rakhaldas Bandyopadhyay, known as R.D. Banerjee, stumbled upon what he initially thought was a Buddhist stupa in the Larkana district. Further investigation revealed the ruins of an ancient city, predating any known Buddhist settlements, marked by sophisticated urban features like baked brick structures.
They found that there were these actually very, very sophisticated, very complex mud brick structures on a very large scale.
Major excavations kicked off in 1924 under Sir John Marshall, the then Director General of the Archaeological Survey of India, and his deputy, Ernest Mackay. Their efforts unveiled an advanced city with a well-planned layout, efficient drainage systems, brick houses, granaries, and public baths, all indicating a highly organized society. The excavation methods were quite methodical for the time, involving grid-based trench digging which allowed for a clearer understanding of the city's layout. Marshall also emphasized the use of photography and meticulous on-site notes to document the findings accurately. Among the most remarkable discoveries was the Great Bath, suggesting the site's use for ritualistic or ceremonial purposes, alongside a sophisticated sewage system that highlighted the city's advanced urban planning and sanitation awareness. Post-1947 partition of India, Mohenjo-Daro became part of Pakistan, and new excavation phases were led in the 1950s and 1960s by Pakistani archaeologist Dr. Ahmad Hassan Dani. His work helped uncover lower layers of the city and explore residential areas that had not been previously excavated.
There's a lost civilization which is now accepted by archaeology within relatively recent memory, and that's the Indus Valley civilization.
These later excavations focused more on understanding the daily lives of the inhabitants, with numerous artifacts such as pottery, tools, and ornaments providing insights into their daily activities, trade practices, and cultural aspects. As archaeological techniques evolved, later excavations at Mohenjo-Daro incorporated modern methods including stratigraphic analysis, which aided in more accurately dating the city's layers. There was also a significant emphasis on using refined conservation techniques to preserve delicate artifacts and building materials exposed during the digs. From the 1970s onwards, efforts predominantly shifted towards preserving the integrity of the site, as it faced threats from salinity, waterlogging, and deterioration of materials. In recognition of its value and the need for protection, Mohenjo-Daro was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1980, which helped attract international attention and funding aimed at preserving and protecting this ancient window into early urban life. Continuing from the intriguing discoveries and preservation efforts, the urban layout and architecture of Mohenjo-Daro are indeed remarkable, reflecting a level of sophistication and scale that's astounding for its time period, around 2600 BCE to 1900 BCE. As a critical part of the ancient Indus Valley civilization, this city offers profound insights into the early techniques of urban planning and architecture that have stood the test of time, Mohenjo-Daro spanned at least 1.5 square kilometers, with some estimates suggesting it might have covered over 5 square kilometers at its peak, making it one of the largest cities of its time. The city was meticulously planned with a grid system, dividing it into a lower town and a citadel area. Streets running north-south and east-west sliced the city into well-organized blocks, demonstrating the urban planner's keen grasp of design principles. Residential blocks were designed with precision to ensure uniform appearance from the outside and direct access to street-side drainage, reflecting a controlled approach to urban development and adherence to municipal regulations.
Is knowledge preserved and passed down through the ages? Yes, I think it is.
The city's drainage system was extraordinarily advanced for its era. Each house was connected to a street-side drainage channel through individual drainage pits, a setup that showcases early mastery in sanitary engineering. These drains, constructed from baked brick and gypsum mortar, included manholes at intervals for maintenance, features that would not be out of place in a modern city. The buildings of Mohenjo-Daro were primarily built using sun-dried and fired mud brick. Baked bricks were particularly used for constructing bath and drainage structures to better withstand moisture. The architectural variety within the city was notable, with homes ranging from small single-room dwellings to large multi-storied buildings, indicating a society with socio-economic diversity. A typical house featured a courtyard surrounded by rooms, providing light and air to living spaces, with some houses boasting 2 or even 3 stories. The standardization in brick size, typically measuring 7 by 14 by 28 centimeters, suggests there was a centralized system for the production and distribution of building materials. Most materials for construction were likely sourced locally, given the abundance of clay in the Indus region, ideal for brickmaking. However, special items like the large stones used in some public buildings might have been sourced from further away and transported to the site. When we compare the urban planning and architectural sophistication of Mohenjo-Daro with that of ancient Egypt during the same period, a fascinating picture emerges. While the Egyptians focused more on monumental structures like pyramids, constructed from large stone blocks quarried from distant locations such as Tura and Aswan, the people of Mohenjo-Daro excelled in creating a functional urban landscape that prioritized civic amenities and residential comfort. Building on the sophisticated urban planning and architecture of Mohenjo-Daro, the archaeological site is also renowned for some extraordinary artifacts that shed light on the cultural and technological advancements of the Indus Valley civilization.
We're going to see more physical evidence for this, more as time goes by.
The dancing girl is a captivating bronze figurine, merely 10.5 centimeters tall, capturing a young girl in a dynamic pose with one hand on her hip and the other casually dangling at her side. The level of detail in the figurine is remarkable, showing off intricate jewelry and a detailed hairstyle that points to a highly sophisticated sense of aesthetics and craftsmanship. This small statue is not just a piece of art. It highlights the advanced metalworking skills of the time, being one of the few metal artifacts discovered at Mohenjo-Daro. Another significant find is the so-called priest-king statue, a small steatite sculpture standing about 17.5 centimeters high. It depicts a male figure seated, adorned in an intricately engraved robe and wearing a fillet around his head, which might have once held a feather or other decoration. The sculpture's serene expression and the precision of its beard trimming suggest meticulous grooming and possibly a high social or religious status. Some scholars believe this figure might symbolize an idealized form of leadership or divine authority, integrating both political and religious power, though it may not represent a specific individual. Perhaps the most architecturally impressive discovery at Mohenjo-Daro is the Great Bath. Located centrally on the Citadel Mound, this large pool measures roughly 12 meters by 7 meters and is about 2.4 meters deep. It's constructed from finely fitted bricks sealed with a layer of natural tar, making it waterproof, an advanced construction technique for the time. The Great Bath is believed to have been used for ritual purification rites, reflecting the civic and religious practices of the Indus people. The structure was ingeniously fed by a well, and an adjacent drain allowed for the emptying and cleaning of the bath, indicating a sophisticated management of water resources. Comparing the Great Bath with Roman baths brings interesting insights. Like Mohenjo-Daro's bath, Roman baths were central to social and religious life, going beyond mere hygiene to serve as gathering places for social interaction and ritual practices. However, Roman baths were typically more complex, featuring varied temperatures across different rooms and incorporating technologies like steam baths and underfloor heating, showing different scales and advancements in engineering. An intriguing theory related to Mohenjo-Daro's significance within the Indus Valley civilization is the hydraulic hypothesis, which suggests that the city served as a religious center coordinating the management of an extensive system of irrigation canals. This hypothesis proposes that the city's leadership wielded both political and religious authority, crucial for managing the water resources vital for agriculture in the arid environment.
Nestled deep within the rugged landscape of Karnataka, India, a land already rich in ancient history and archaeological wonders, stands Maliabad Fort, a colossal enigma that throws into sharp relief the limitations of our current understanding of the past. While officially attributed to the 13th century Delhi Sultanate, a closer examination of this monumental structure reveals a narrative far more complex, more ancient, and potentially revolutionary. Maliabad Fort is not merely a medieval bastion. It's a palimpsest of history, with layers of occupation and construction that hint at a civilization lost to time. A civilization capable of feats of engineering that defy conventional explanations.
The immediate and overwhelming challenge to the accepted narrative comes from the fort's perimeter walls. Imagine a structure that stretches for a staggering 5 kilometers, encircling a vast area. These aren't the typical, relatively modest fortifications of medieval India. These walls rise almost 10 meters in height, a formidable barrier constructed from granite blocks of truly colossal proportions. Some of these blocks reach lengths of 6 meters and weigh multiple tons, dwarfing the stones used in most historical fortifications. But it's not just the size that's remarkable, it's the method of construction. This is Cyclopean masonry, a technique characterized by the use of massive, irregularly shaped stones, fitted together with an almost unbelievable precision without any mortar or binding agent whatsoever. The stones are interlocked so perfectly, so seamlessly, that the joints are virtually invisible. As the saying goes, you couldn't slip a blade of grass between them. This isn't the work of hasty construction. It's a testament to an almost incomprehensible level of skill and planning. They also possess amazing resilience to earthquakes. This type of masonry is profoundly significant because it's not characteristic of the Delhi Sultanate, nor of any other known medieval Indian power. Instead, it bears a striking, undeniable resemblance to the Cyclopean walls found at ancient megalithic sites across the globe. Consider Saksaywaman, the colossal Inca fortress near Cusco, Peru. The similarities are uncanny. The same massive, irregularly shaped stones, the same perfect interlocking, the same absence of mortar. The parallels extend to Mycenaean Greece, with its Lion Gate and the treasury of Atreus, to the enigmatic stone platforms of Easter Island, and to numerous other sites scattered across the continents. This raises a fundamental and deeply unsettling question. Is this global distribution of Cyclopean masonry a mere coincidence, a case of independent invention across vastly different cultures and time periods? Or does it point to something far more profound? A shared cultural heritage, a lost technological tradition, or perhaps even a forgotten, globally connected civilization that predates our current understanding of history? The granite itself presents another layer of the puzzle. Granite is notoriously difficult to work, even with modern tools and machinery. It's incredibly hard and resistant to shaping. To quarry blocks of the size found at Maliabad, to transport them over significant distances, the quarry source remains unknown. And then to lift and precisely position them with such accuracy would have required an extraordinary level of social organization, engineering knowledge, and technological capability. Consider the logistics. How are these multi-ton blocks extracted from the earth? What tools were used? How were they moved across the terrain, potentially over considerable distances? And most crucially, how were they lifted into place and fitted together with such breathtaking precision? The accepted 13th century timeline simply doesn't offer a plausible explanation for these feats. The Delhi Sultanate, while skilled builders, primarily worked with smaller, more manageable stones and employed mortar-based construction techniques. Their architectural style, heavily influenced by Persian and Central Asian traditions, favored arches, domes, and intricate decorative elements, features conspicuously absent from the core structure of Maliabad's walls. The stones are smoothly polished on their faces, meaning they offer no easy footholds. The construction goes beyond the surface level. The exterior of perfectly fitted granite is backed by another layer of stone, which is then backed by rubble. This is similar to the Romans' opus caementicium, however, without the cement. The 13th century was a period of significant upheaval and transformation in India. The Delhi Sultanate, a powerful Islamic empire originating from Central Asia, had extended its dominion across much of the subcontinent, establishing a new political and cultural order. These were undoubtedly skilled administrators and builders, responsible for impressive mosques, tombs, and fortifications. It's entirely plausible, and indeed highly probable, that the Sultanate utilized Maliabad Fort, recognizing its strategic importance. The fort's location, commanding access to the surrounding region and controlling key trade routes, would have made it an invaluable asset. It likely served as a military garrison, protecting the Sultanate's borders from rivals and potential invaders, particularly the ever-present threat of Mongol incursions. It would also have functioned as an administrative center, a place for collecting taxes, enforcing laws, and projecting the Sultanate's power into the local populace. The presence of marketplaces and trade routes nearby would have further enhanced the fort's importance as a hub of commerce and communication. However, while the Sultanate certainly occupied and likely modified Maliabad Fort, the overwhelming evidence suggests that they did not build its core structure, the Cyclopean walls. The architectural style, the construction techniques, and the sheer scale of the undertaking are simply incompatible with the Sultanate's known capabilities and building practices. They may have added to the fort, repaired sections, or built secondary structures, but the foundational elements point to a far older, far more mysterious origin. Beyond the Cyclopean masonry itself, numerous other anomalies further challenge the official narrative and point towards a prehistoric origin for Maliabad Fort. Within the vicinity of the fort lies a Shiva temple, a site of religious significance. While temples are often renovated and rebuilt over centuries, the exquisite craftsmanship of the black granite Nandi statue and the Shiva lingam within this temple raises questions. The polished surfaces and intricate details suggest a level of artistry and precision that seems incongruous with the 13th century context. Even more intriguing, discovered remnants of prehistoric stone blocks within and around the temple, bearing what appear to be machine-like marks and cuts, impossibly precise for hand tools. These markings, if authenticated, would further strengthen the case for a prehistoric origin. Maliabad Fort stands as a profound challenge to conventional historical timelines and a testament to the potential for undiscovered, advanced civilizations in our ancient past. The evidence, while circumstantial in some respects, strongly suggests that the accepted 13th century dating only accounts for a later phase of the fort's history, a period of occupation and modification by the Delhi Sultanate. The core structure, particularly the Cyclopean walls, exhibits characteristics that unequivocally point towards a far more ancient origin, possibly predating any known civilization in the region.
It was the consensus of archaeologists that no megalithic architecture had been found anywhere in the world that was more than 6,000 years old. They said, show us another culture that's 12,000 years old anywhere in the world, and we might listen to you. Evidence from much earlier megalithic construction is hiding in plain view. Our understanding of prehistory must change.
Nestled near Nanjing, the Shan Quarry stands as a monument to human ambition and ancient mystery. Here, amidst the dust and echoes of history, lies the colossal, unfinished stele, intended to honor a Ming dynasty emperor. Why would humans embark on such a grand project, knowing the immense challenge of moving it, and then mysteriously abandon it?
If you wish to pass information to a distant future, if you wish it to be preserved, you wouldn't be smart to just write it down.
This mystery not only captivates the imagination, but also invites us to explore the profound complexities of engineering, royal ambition, and perhaps the supernatural influences that shape our endeavors. The Shan Quarry is an archaeological site of great historical importance, mainly due to its ambitious yet unfinished project initiated by the Yongle Emperor. This project aimed to create a colossal stele to commemorate his father, the Hongwu Emperor, the founder of the Ming dynasty.
I think their project was to honor and memorialize it. Is knowledge preserved and passed down through the ages? Yes, I think it is.
The Yongle Emperor, who reigned from 1402 to 1424, is celebrated for his significant architectural and cultural achievements, which included not only the construction of the Forbidden City, but also this immense stele project. This act was intended not merely as a show of familial respect, but also to legitimize his rule and link his achievements to those of the dynasty's founder, thus enhancing the continuity and legitimacy of his own reign. The construction of such a monument also served as a display of imperial power and the advanced capabilities of Ming dynasty engineering.
That is one of the mistakes in looking for a quote-unquote advanced civilization in the past, is that we tend to be looking for ourselves.
From an architectural standpoint, the primary goal of the Shan Quarry was to extract stone of an unprecedented size and scale. The stele for the Hongwu Emperor was to be the largest of its kind ever created, a symbol of the immense power and enduring legacy of the Ming dynasty. This ambitious project required vast resources and a workforce capable of overcoming the logistical challenges posed by the stone's enormous dimensions. In imperial China, erecting steles was a deeply cultural act, often associated with honoring divine or royal entities. The project commissioned by the Yongle Emperor linked him with the divine mandate, ascribing almost celestial reverence to his ancestors and himself, thus reinforcing his rule as divinely sanctioned. The design and craftsmanship of the stele were planned to be magnificent. The project was to be composed of 3 grand pieces. The base, intended to support the enormous weight of the stele and act as both a physical and symbolic foundation. The body, which was to be intricately engraved with inscriptions praising the Hongwu Emperor and detailing his accomplishments and virtues. And the crown, planned to be elaborately decorated with dragon motifs or other imperial symbols, signifying the celestial authority of the emperor. The dimensions of the stele were also staggering. The body of the stele itself was planned to exceed 30 meters in length, 13 meters wide and 10 meters thick. Weighing approximately 16,250 metric tons, this stone would have been one of the largest ever carved by human hands, comparable in weight to about 2,500 adult African elephants. To appreciate the scale further, the length of the stele's body was almost as long as the wingspan of a Boeing 747 airplane, underscoring not only its immense size, but also the bold engineering ambitions of the Ming dynasty, mirroring the monumental constructions of other ancient civilizations like the Egyptians and Romans.
But remember that the ancient Egyptians tell us in many of their texts that everything they knew was a legacy.
The ambitious project at Shan Quarry, designed to immortalize the Yongle Emperor's father, faced insurmountable challenges after the emperor's death. The primary issue was the logistical nightmare of transporting the immense stone 10 kilometers to the Ming Shaoling Mausoleum. Despite having a large labor force and advanced engineering techniques of the era, the task proved beyond the capabilities of the period's transportation technologies, leading to the project's abandonment. In the course of studying the quarry, archaeologists have unearthed a diverse arsenal of traditional tools that were used to work these massive stones. Chisels, hammers and levers crafted from iron were employed in a meticulously organized manner to extract and precisely shape the gargantuan stones. The innovative methods employed by the workers were particularly ingenious. One such method, known as fire setting, involved heating the rock surface with fire and then dousing it with cold water. This sudden temperature change caused the rock to undergo thermal shock, resulting in cracks that made it easier to shape and remove the stone. The layout of the Shan Quarry also provides insights into the organization of labor and resources during that time. Large teams of workers were coordinated in a highly structured approach, possibly under the direct supervision of imperial engineers. This meticulous organization was essential for executing such a monumental project, demonstrating the sophisticated management practices of the Ming dynasty in handling large-scale constructions. This coordination not only facilitated the quarrying process but also ensured that each phase of the work was completed as efficiently as possible, despite the eventual abandonment of the project due to logistical challenges. While the organizational prowess at Shan Quarry was impressive, the technological innovations possibly used there truly showcased the brilliance of ancient Chinese engineering. The enormous stones at the quarry, some of the largest ever quarried in human history, display a level of precision in cutting and shaping that suggests the use of extremely advanced techniques. Historians and archaeologists have long speculated that the ancient Chinese engineers might have utilized now-lost techniques that facilitated their monumental tasks. These could have included specialized cutting tools, measurement systems for exact angles and flat surfaces, and unique methods for splitting stone from rock beds without causing it to crack entirely. The precision with which these stones were quarried and shaped suggests a sophisticated integration of various fields of knowledge, including geometry, physics, and materials science, indicating a highly developed technological culture.
I believe that it's worth considering the possibility of a remote common ancestor, which passed down key information that was inherited by later cultures.
Drawing parallels with Roman engineering, we see that Roman engineers also revolutionized construction with the development of hydraulic cement and the extensive use of arches, vaults, and domes, which allowed them to build enduring structures like the Pantheon and the aqueducts. They were masters at utilizing available resources and adapting their engineering solutions to the diverse conditions of their vast empire. Similarly, the engineers at Shan may have developed their own unique methods to manage the quarrying of such massive stones. This might have involved the use of intricate lever systems designed to maximize mechanical advantage, or even early forms of cranes which could have been powered by large human teams or possibly by animals. Both civilizations demonstrated an understanding of leverage and load distribution. For instance, Roman cranes and capstans were used for lifting heavy weights, while similar principles could have been applied in Shan for moving large stone blocks. Additional techniques hypothesized to be used at Shan include the strategic use of water to aid in the transport of these massive stones. By creating a series of canals and using buoyancy, the engineers could have significantly reduced the effective weight of the stones, making them easier to maneuver over large distances. Seasonal adjustments might also have played a role in the timing of the quarry work. Engineers might have taken advantage of frozen ground during the winter to move heavy stones more easily, a technique evidenced in other historical contexts such as the transport of large stones for the construction of medieval cathedrals in Europe. Moreover, the durability and flexibility of bamboo, widely available in China, would have made it particularly useful for creating temporary frameworks and scaffolding, demonstrating the ingenious solutions employed to tackle the challenges of such a monumental project. While exploring the technological aspects of the Shan Quarry project is fascinating, the supernatural narratives surrounding its abandonment offer an equally intriguing dimension. In traditional Chinese culture, the spiritual world is deeply intertwined with the physical realm, and many construction projects from ancient times are wrapped in tales of omens and divine messages. Local legends from Shan suggest that the massive Stele project was halted by supernatural forces. These stories recount strange and ominous signs that appeared during the quarrying process, which local workers and officials interpreted as warnings from the heavens. These warnings supposedly dissuaded them from continuing the project for fear of invoking disaster or bad luck. Such tales might be more than mere superstitions. They could represent symbolic expressions of the workers' fears and the practical difficulties they faced, projected onto supernatural explanations.
It was the view, very firm view of archaeologists, that there had been no megalithic architecture. And when I say megalithic, I mean literally big stones, stone circles, huge constructions, nothing like that before 6,000 years ago. Central to my work was the notion of a global cataclysm, roughly 12,500, 12,800 years ago. They are not saying that it also wiped out a lost advanced civilization of prehistory. I'm saying that.
In the heart of Lebanon's Bekaa Valley lies an ancient wonder that defies the sands of time, the Baalbek temple complex.
This is Baalbek in the Lebanon. Each of these 3 blocks weighs 900 tons.
Home to some of the largest and most mysterious stone blocks ever used in construction, these colossal remnants of the Roman Empire's grandeur weigh as much as 1,650 tons each, more than an entire fleet of blue whales. How these stones were transported and precisely set into place remains one of history's most captivating puzzles.
I don't know how they did it. All I know is they did it. I don't think anybody knows how they did it, how they lifted those stones, how they brought them up to that level.
Join us as we delve into the enigmatic world of Baalbek, where ancient engineering meets modern curiosity, challenging everything we thought we knew about human ingenuity.
A Roman site for sure, but what about this bizarre enclosure wall that surrounds it?
Nestled in the fertile Bekaa Valley of Lebanon, the ancient site of Baalbek is a testament to architectural and cultural grandeur spanning thousands of years. Known as Heliopolis during the Hellenistic period, Baalbek's journey began as a modest Phoenician town named Baalath, dedicated to the worship of Baal, a god associated with the sun and storms, pivotal to the agricultural rituals of its people. The transformation of Baalbek accelerated following its conquest by Alexander the Great in 334 BC. Under Alexander, the city absorbed Greek cultural and architectural elements, emblematic of his broader strategy to fuse Greek and local traditions across the regions he conquered. This Hellenistic influence set the stage for Baalbek's later architectural evolution under the Romans, who saw the city's strategic and religious potential.
What archaeologists say, they found they could move 900-ton blocks, but 1,000 tons was too much for them.
Roman architects and engineers embarked on an ambitious construction agenda in the 1st century BC, which saw Baalbek grow into a grand ceremonial center. The centerpiece was the Temple of Jupiter, one of the largest temples in the Roman Empire, featuring 54 massive granite columns, each standing 70 feet tall. Today, only 6 of these majestic columns remain, but they continue to dominate the landscape, offering a window into what was an architectural marvel of the ancient world. Nearby, the Temple of Bacchus stands as a testament to Roman decorative art and architectural detail, with its well-preserved carvings depicting mythological scenes and festivities. Not far from these, the Temple of Venus showcases a unique circular design, breaking from traditional Roman architectural norms and highlighting a syncretic blend of Roman and local religious practices. Baalbek's construction feats, especially the transportation and placement of massive limestone blocks, draw parallels with other ancient marvels like the Egyptian pyramids and Stonehenge, showcasing the Romans' advanced engineering techniques.
Look at the famous King's Chamber. Its walls and its ceiling of the King's Chamber are all made with gigantic blocks.
The site was not just an architectural statement, but also a cultural hub, attracting pilgrims and spectators from across the empire to its religious festivals and games, blending Roman and local traditions in grand displays of public celebration. In comparison to other monumental Roman sites like the Pantheon in Rome, Baalbek stands out for its scale and the complexity involved in erecting such gigantic structures far from the Roman heartland. The Pantheon, with its massive dome and oculus, reflects similar ambitions in Roman architectural prowess, but in a vastly different urban setting. Both sites, however, illustrate the Roman Empire's architectural ambition and its ability to mobilize resources and technology across its vast territories. The stone blocks of Baalbek, particularly within the Temple of Jupiter complex, represent some of the most astonishing elements of ancient architecture found anywhere in the world. These massive stones serve as a testament to the extraordinary engineering prowess of their builders. Their construction techniques and capabilities continue to spark both fascination and scholarly debate. At the heart of the complex sits the Trilithon, a trio of stone blocks that form the podium of the Temple of Jupiter. Each stone measures roughly 64 feet in length, 13 feet in height, and 14 feet in width and weighs about 800 tons. The precision with which these gigantic stones are fitted together, without any mortar, is truly remarkable. Such an engineering feat required not only advanced planning and ample resources, but also the ingenious use of simple machines like levers and inclined planes, combined with significant human and mechanical effort. Just about 900 meters from the main temple complex, in a nearby quarry, lies the Stone of the Pregnant Woman.
The quarry contains a number of very large blocks that were never transported.
This monolith, approximately 69 feet long and weighing around 1,000 tons, has never been moved from where it was originally cut. The stone's name comes from a local legend suggesting that touching the stone can ensure a safe and easy delivery for pregnant women, highlighting the cultural and superstitious significance these ancient stones hold within local folklore. In 2014, an even larger stone was unearthed in the same quarry.
Why only recently excavated? Because the whole site was covered in sedimentation.
At 64 feet in length and estimated to weigh about 1,650 tons, it stands as the largest known stone ever carved by human hands. This discovery significantly expanded our understanding of the capabilities of ancient engineers and their technological advancements. Comparing these megalithic stones to other ancient wonders provides further context to their impressive nature. For instance, while Stonehenge in England is renowned for its circular arrangement of standing stones, the largest of these stones weighs merely about 30 tons, far less than the massive blocks of Baalbek. The construction of Stonehenge involved transporting stones over long distances, presenting a different type of logistical challenge and ingenuity. However, the sheer scale and weight of the Baalbek stones showcase an unparalleled architectural ambition in the ancient world. Similarly, when we consider the Egyptian pyramids, particularly the Great Pyramid of Giza, the limestone blocks typically weigh between 2 to 15 tons, with the largest granite stones in the King's Chamber weighing between 25 to 80 tons.
Now, Egyptologists will tell you that, they could move heavy blocks because they put them on wet sand and they push them along on wet sand. Maybe if you're just at ground level, that will do, but when you're 350 feet above the ground, as you are in the King's Chamber, that won't do at all.
The stones of Baalbek far exceed these in size, highlighting the unique challenges and skills required for their transport and placement. Unlike the primarily tomb-like structures of the Giza pyramids, Baalbek's temples served ceremonial and religious functions, indicating diverse uses of massive stones across ancient civilizations. This comparison not only illustrates the monumental scale of Baalbek's construction, but also underscores the diverse architectural and cultural expressions of ancient societies. The Baalbek temple complex, with its colossal stone blocks, stands as one of the greatest engineering achievements of the ancient world. The tasks involved in constructing this monumental site weren't just about brute strength. They required meticulous planning, advanced organizational skills, and a deep understanding of physics and engineering principles. These elements combined challenge our modern perceptions of ancient technology and showcase the ingenuity of our ancestors. The architectural grandeur of Baalbek was no accident. It reflected the Roman Empire's immense ambition and its desire to display power and divine favor. The sheer scale of the temples served multiple purposes, both religious and political, reinforcing the might of Rome and the sanctity of the location. This complex was designed to awe and affirm the presence of Roman authority in the region. The transportation of the massive stones is believed to have been primarily conducted using rollers made from large tree trunks, with the stones themselves placed on sledges. These sledges, acting as platforms, helped distribute the weight of the stones and prevented the rollers from sinking into the ground. Historical texts even mention the use of olive oil as a lubricant on the paths, a technique that significantly reduced friction, making it easier to move these enormous weights over considerable distances. The placement of these giant stones remains a subject of debate among historians. Techniques such as the use of wooden cranes, which were similar to those used in medieval constructions, likely played a role. These cranes, utilizing ropes, pulleys, and possibly treadwheels, would have amplified the force exerted by humans or animals. Another plausible technique involved constructing large earth ramps, which would have provided a gradual incline to drag the stones into their precise positions. Lever systems, employing long wooden beams to lift and position stones, might have also been used, requiring less material than ramps, but a greater understanding of leverage mechanics. Drawing parallels, the construction techniques theorized for Baalbek closely resemble those hypothesized for the building of the Egyptian pyramids, particularly the Pyramid of Giza. Like Baalbek, the transportation of the pyramid stones likely involved sledges and possibly rollers, with the use of water as a lubricant depicted in ancient Egyptian wall paintings. For lifting, the Egyptians are believed to have utilized a combination of ramps and lever systems. Constructed over a millennium before Baalbek, the pyramids highlight a continuity in complex engineering techniques that span cultures and ages, underscoring a shared architectural heritage in the ancient world. This shared legacy speaks volumes about the ingenuity embedded in ancient construction practices, linking disparate cultures through their monumental achievements.
It's interesting that the patterns are geometrical. Someone made it,
Yeah.
and it involved a very large amount of organized labor in order to make it. There had to be the will and the intent in order to do that.
Nestled on the outskirts of Cusco, the once thriving capital of the Inca Empire, lies the enigmatic site of Saksaywaman. This marvel of ancient engineering has captured the imagination of historians and archaeologists alike, thanks to its remarkable architectural features.
I would prefer to propose, and I have proposed, that what we're looking at is evidence of some kind of transfer of technology, that people came into that area who had other knowledge.
The site, believed to have been a royal estate or a sacred space for Inca leaders, is most famous for its colossal stone walls, forming three-tiered terraces that zigzag across the landscape like the teeth of some giant beast. The sheer size of the stones used, some tipping the scales at a staggering 200 tons, and the precision with which they're fitted together is nothing short of awe-inspiring.
This is a very neglected area of the world as far as deep and ancient archaeology goes.
The joints between these massive boulders are so meticulously crafted that they leave no space for even a sliver of paper to pass through, showcasing an advanced knowledge of stonemasonry and perhaps an understanding of seismic activities, as these structures have withstood numerous earthquakes over the centuries. While mainstream archaeology attributes these feats to the Incas' sophisticated engineering skills, using simple but effective tools and techniques, Graham Hancock invites us to ponder a more mysterious origin.
A curious mystery that is not unconnected to the genetic mystery.
He speculates that the Inca might have been heirs to a legacy of knowledge and technology from a bygone civilization, now lost to history. This theory suggests that the astonishing precision and durability of Saksaywaman's walls could be evidence of an advanced pre-Inca society that had mastered construction techniques far beyond what was previously imagined for their time. Hancock's fascination doesn't stop at the construction techniques. He delves into the site's possible acoustic properties and astronomical alignments, suggesting that Saksaywaman was not just an architectural marvel, but also a center for astronomical observation and sound engineering. These features hint at a sophisticated understanding of the cosmos and sound, further fueling the speculation that the site's creators were far more advanced than we give them credit for. The mystery of Saksaywaman is deepened by the Incas' lack of a written language, which has led to a significant loss of their oral history following the Spanish conquest. This absence of concrete historical records leaves a gap in our understanding of the site's true purpose and the extent of the Incas' architectural knowledge. Despite these challenges, Saksaywaman's cultural and historical significance cannot be overstated. As a UNESCO World Heritage Site, it attracts thousands of tourists each year, serving as a vital link to the past and a testament to the Inca civilization's ingenuity. Now, the story of the Inca Empire, or Tawantinsuyu. This narrative takes us back to the early 13th century, around the region of Cusco in what's now Peru. It's here that the saga begins with Manco Capac, the mythical founder and first emperor believed to be chosen by the sun god Inti himself. From such divine origins, the Inca embarked on an ambitious journey of expansion, blending military might and diplomatic savvy to weave together a tapestry of conquered territories and assimilated cultures. At its zenith, this empire spanned modern-day Peru, Ecuador, Bolivia, Argentina, Chile, and Colombia, creating the largest empire in pre-Columbian America. But what truly sets the Inca apart are their engineering marvels. Imagine a network of roads over 40,000 kilometers long, connecting the arid coastlines of Peru to the snow-capped Andes, a testament to the Inca's engineering genius. This wasn't just any road system, it was the Capac Ñan, or the Royal Road, a feat of ancient infrastructure that included everything from stone-paved paths to suspension bridges made of woven grass. These pathways were vital arteries of the empire, supported by tambos and storehouses that provided essential supplies to travelers and military expeditions alike. Yet, the Incas' ingenuity didn't stop at roadways. They transformed the steep Andean mountainsides with agricultural terraces, preventing erosion and expanding arable land, all while developing sophisticated irrigation systems to water these terraced fields. Their expertise in water management extended to canals and aqueducts that channeled water from mountain springs to dry areas, ensuring the survival of dense populations. The heart of this empire was Cusco, a city that was not only the political center but also an urban planning marvel. Cusco was divided into sectors that mirrored the four parts of the empire, each sector meticulously planned and organized. And then there's Machu Picchu, the crown jewel of Inca architecture, perched high in the mountains and blending seamlessly with the landscape. This iconic site, with its terraces, temples and palaces, showcases the Incas' unparalleled skill in stonework, stones so precisely cut and fitted that they've withstood centuries of earthquakes. Now moving back to Graham Hancock, a name synonymous with challenging the traditional narratives of history and archaeology, has long fascinated us with his theories on the ancient world.
Are we looking at the traces of a forgotten episode in human history? I think so. I think that's what's going on here.
He suggests that civilizations like the Inca were not only more technologically advanced, but also more interconnected than we've been led to believe. Let's take a closer look at some of the intriguing ideas Hancock puts forward. First off, consider the Incas' ingenious system of communication. They had these runners known as chasqui, who could sprint across the empire's vast network of roads and trails, passing messages with incredible efficiency. But it wasn't just about legwork. The Inca also used quipus, complex knot patterns on strings that may have been more than mere accounting tools. Hancock muses that these could have carried detailed messages, perhaps even stories across vast distances. He even floats the idea that there might have been even more sophisticated yet undiscovered methods of communication, hinting at a possible global network of ancient knowledge sharing. Then there's the matter of construction techniques. The precision seen in the stonework of sites like Saksaywaman is staggering. Without mortar, these stones have been cut and fitted together so perfectly that they've withstood earthquakes for centuries. Hancock suggests this might point to lost technologies, far more advanced than what's been historically acknowledged.
Perhaps a decision was made not to use metal. Perhaps a decision was made that errors had taken place, that in reinventing civilization we shouldn't perhaps go down quite the same route as before.
And it's not just about stones and construction. He speculates the Inca had ways to harness natural energies, like geothermal or solar energy, in ways we're yet to fully understand. Hancock doesn't stop there. He observes how the Incas' agricultural practices, from terracing to sophisticated irrigation, showcase a sustainable way of living with the environment, possibly part of a broader, now-lost knowledge of ancient civilizations. This idea of sustainability, coupled with their architectural and engineering feats, paints a picture of a society that was not only advanced but deeply in tune with the natural world. Moreover, Hancock draws parallels between the architectural styles, religious beliefs, and cultural practices across different ancient civilizations. The similarities in megalithic constructions across South America, Egypt, and Asia, the use of psychoactive plants in spiritual rituals, and even practices like cranial deformation and mummification suggest a web of cultural exchange or influence that spans the globe. Graham Hancock, a name often associated with thinking outside of the box. Among his many interests, the Inca Empire stands out for its sophisticated communication networks and astronomical know-how, areas where Hancock's ideas veer sharply from the mainstream narrative. Hancock looks at the Incas' architectural marvels, like the precision-engineered Temple of the Sun at Machu Picchu, and sees a civilization deeply in tune with the cosmos. These buildings weren't just about looking pretty. They aligned with celestial events like the solstices and equinoxes, serving both practical agricultural needs and the ceremonial calendar. It's this star-aligned architecture that leads Hancock to ponder if the Incas' cosmic knowledge was inherited from an even older global civilization, suggesting a world where ancient peoples shared a sophisticated understanding of astronomy long before it was thought possible. Hancock's theories, while met with skepticism from the academic establishment, undeniably add zest to the ongoing dialogue about our ancestors. By proposing that the Inca were part of a technologically advanced and interconnected ancient world, he challenges us to rethink what we thought we knew about the past. Whether you're a believer or a skeptic, Hancock's insights into the Inca Empire invite us all to explore the mysteries of ancient civilizations with fresh eyes, reminding us that history is anything but written in stone.
I think we're confronted by an enormous mystery with megalithic sites all around the world, and we don't understand them properly. The people who made it knew what they were doing. You don't move around 20-ton megaliths in high relief. You don't do that.
There's no way that's a first try.
No, there's no way that's a first
Site,
try.
yeah.
There's obviously a hidden background to that. So I think the dating of quite a number of megalithic sites needs to be reconsidered.
Korea, a land steeped in history and shrouded in mystery, holds a secret that has baffled archaeologists and historians for centuries. Scattered across its rugged landscape are thousands of megalithic structures known as dolmens, silent sentinels from a forgotten era. Were these massive stone structures merely tombs for the elite, as some scholars suggest? Or do they whisper of a time when giants roamed the earth, leaving their colossal mark on the very stones themselves? Let's explore the mysterious world of Korean dolmens, where myth and reality intertwine, and uncover the truth behind these ancient wonders.
I want to know what else is going to be found that hasn't been investigated yet at all. We're just touching the edge of a huge mystery.
The Korean dolmens, mysterious and monumental, have always held a place of reverence within local folklore. Ancient populations in Korea viewed these structures not only as significant landmarks, but also as sacred sites possibly built by giants or legendary heroes, as hinted in ancient myths. This deep-seated cultural recognition has meant that the discovery of dolmens by Koreans themselves is not documented as such. It is woven into the fabric of their history and mythology.
Ancient cultures all around the world preserved a memory of a high civilization, of prehistory.
Systematic documentation of these megalithic structures began during a tumultuous period in Korea's history, the Japanese occupation from 1910 to 1945. During this time, Japanese archaeologists, including notable researchers like Sekino Tadashi, embarked on the first formal studies of the dolmens. Their aim was part of a larger effort to catalogue and understand the peninsula's prehistoric landscape, which inadvertently involved imposing control over Korea's cultural heritage. These early 20th century surveys marked the first time the dolmens were mapped and described in detail, shifting their perception from elements of folklore to subjects of archaeological and historical importance. Post the Korean War, as South Korea focused on rebuilding its national identity, there was a resurgence of interest in preserving the country's rich cultural heritage. This renewed interest paved the way for more localized and intensive studies of the dolmens. By the late 20th century, Korean archaeologists had started employing modern techniques such as radiocarbon dating, detailed site excavations, and even advanced technologies like 3D scanning and GIS systems. These tools allowed for a more precise understanding of the dolmen's age, construction methods, and their original use, enriching the appreciation of these ancient structures.
This is not something that everybody knows. Carbon dating can only date organic material. It can't date stone.
The turn of the millennium brought international recognition to this fascinating aspect of Korean heritage when several dolmen sites were designated as UNESCO World Heritage Sites. This prestigious status underscores the significant archaeological value of the dolmens and highlights their importance in understanding the prehistoric era on the Korean peninsula.
Our understanding of prehistory must change.
This recognition not only boosts preservation efforts but also fosters global appreciation for Korea's ancient monumental wonders. Building on the historical significance of the Korean dolmens, let's delve into the remarkable engineering skills that these ancient societies showcased through their construction. The transportation and assembly of these massive stone structures present a fascinating study of prehistoric engineering. The stones used in the construction of dolmens were often colossal, sometimes weighing several tons. Moving such heavy stones over long distances was a formidable challenge that required ingenious solutions. It is believed that the ancient builders used logs as rollers under the stones, a technique known as log rolling. This method significantly reduced friction, enabling human or animal power to transport these massive stones efficiently. This technique bears a striking resemblance to those used for constructing Stonehenge in England and the Moai statues of Easter Island, where similar log-based systems were employed to maneuver large stones across rugged terrains. Upon reaching the construction site, the next hurdle was lifting and positioning these heavy stones accurately. Earth ramps made from piled soil and stones likely facilitated the elevation of these stones to their desired height. Alongside these ramps, levers and simple wooden frameworks would have been used to hoist the stones into position. The use of levers provided a mechanical advantage that allowed smaller groups to perform these monumental tasks, showcasing not only technical knowledge but also effective teamwork and resource management. The choice of stone was crucial for ensuring the durability and structural integrity of the dolmens. Granite, commonly used in these structures, was favored for its hardness and resistance to weathering, which speaks volumes about the ancient builders' understanding of material properties. The quarrying of these stones was a meticulous process that involved using harder stone tools, possibly made from basalt or even metal tools in later periods. The labor-intensive chipping away at rock beds to extract usable blocks required precision and planning. After quarrying, the stones were carefully shaped and smoothed to ensure a perfect fit in the construction. This involved not only large-scale shaping to create flat surfaces for the capstones, but also more detailed, finer work to guarantee the structural stability of the dolmen. The final smoothing of the stones might have been achieved through abrasion techniques, using sand or smaller stones to grind down the stone surfaces, ensuring that each piece would fit together seamlessly in the final structure. The strategic placement and precise alignment of these structures highlight a sophisticated knowledge of astronomy and engineering.
We think it makes more sense. Take the geology, take the astronomy. This monument has its origins 12,000 years ago.
The dolmens were not simply erected in random locations, but were carefully placed to align with specific astronomical events, such as the solstices. This alignment suggests that the dolmens served dual purposes, not only as tombs but also as astronomical observatories. The precision required for such alignment indicates that the builders possessed an advanced understanding of astronomy and geometry, which is quite remarkable for any prehistoric society. The installation process of the dolmens also reflects an in-depth understanding of structural stability. The foundation pits for the upright supporting stones were dug deep into the ground, ensuring a secure base capable of supporting the massive weight of the capstone. This indicates a grasp of soil mechanics that was well ahead of its time. Furthermore, the upright stones were often positioned at a slight inward angle, a strategic choice that enhanced the stability of the structure by evenly distributing the weight of the capstone and improving the overall durability of the dolmen. When we compare these construction techniques with those used in ancient Egypt, we find interesting parallels and contrasts. Like the builders of the Egyptian pyramids, the creators of the Korean dolmens utilized ramps and levers to move and position large stones. However, the purposes and accessibility of these structures were quite different. While the Egyptian pyramids were primarily built supposedly as tombs for the pharaohs and the elite, signifying a hierarchical society, the Korean dolmens were more universally used across different strata of society. This thoughtful approach to the construction and placement of dolmens not only ensured their longevity, but also imbued them with significant astronomical value, making them an integral part of Korea's historical landscape. The dolmen sites in Korea not only offer a window into the Neolithic and Bronze Age periods of the region, but also demonstrate the advanced prehistoric engineering skills and deep-seated cultural traditions of their builders. The impressive size and weight of the stones used in these structures speak volumes about the sophistication of ancient construction techniques, a sophistication paralleled by few other ancient structures worldwide. These stones can measure anywhere from 1 to 7 meters in length and often exceed a meter in thickness. The variation in size across different sites suggests a diversity in burial practices and social hierarchies. Moreover, some dolmens may have served purposes beyond burials, perhaps as markers of territorial boundaries or as sites for ritualistic activities. The logistical challenges of moving and positioning such massive stones were formidable. Transporting these immense weights from quarry sites to their final locations required not only significant physical effort, but also intricate planning and the cooperation of entire communities. When we compare these engineering feats with the megalithic temples of Malta, we see similarities and differences in construction techniques that reflect each culture's unique approach to megalithic structures. Both the Korean dolmens and the Maltese temples highlight an advanced understanding of construction techniques from similar eras. However, while Korean dolmens typically feature simpler structural designs with a focus on vertical and horizontal stone placement, the Maltese temples boast more complex architectural elements like intricate floor plans and decorative facades. This fascinating comparison underscores how different cultures adapted their megalithic construction techniques to fit their local traditions and available resources, creating enduring monuments that continue to awe and inspire.
The view of our planet, I think, is incredible. And the first time you actually see the Earth, it's amazing. The planet is incredibly bright. It is much more bright than you would think it is, and it fills your whole vision. So you can see continents go by, and they're very, very bright. I would be incredibly thrilled to be part of anything that involves getting on a rocket and leaving the planet again.
Imagine gazing down at Earth from the vastness of space and spotting a man-made structure so immense it rivals the visibility of natural landmarks.
Evidence from much earlier megalithic construction is hiding in plain view.
This feat of human engineering, akin to the iconic Great Wall of China, isn't just a testament to our ancestors' ingenuity. It's a modern marvel that can be seen from the space above.
I think we're looking at hints and clues that something is missing in our story.
What is this colossal structure? Stick around and find out while we explore first the mystery behind the massive wall in China. The Great Wall of China is a profound legacy left by various dynasties that shaped its path through history. The earliest records of what would become the iconic Great Wall trace back to the Eastern Zhou dynasty, which documented attempts to fortify the northern borders against invaders. With the rise of the Qin dynasty around 221 BC, significant strides were made in wall construction under the reign of Emperor Qin Shi Huang. He initiated the unification of various regional walls, which were initially built with tamped earth and local materials, creating a consolidated defense system against northern threats. This set the foundation for the extensive expansions that would follow. As the baton passed to the Han dynasty, they took the construction of the wall a step further into Mongolia. This was primarily to protect the Silk Road, which was vital for trade and strategic movements. During this era, materials like reeds and willow branches were incorporated into the layers of earth, showcasing an innovative utilization of available resources to strengthen the fortifications.
I can't help thinking time capsule, that there was an intention to preserve this.
The adaptability and durability of these materials played a crucial role in the longevity of the wall. However, it was during the Ming dynasty, post-Mongol invasions, that the Great Wall saw its most definitive reconstruction. The Ming era not only reinforced the wall using stones and bricks, but also introduced sophisticated architectural features such as battlements, watchtowers, garrison stations, and troop barracks. This period is responsible for much of what is today recognized as the Great Wall, symbolizing the pinnacle of defensive architecture developed over centuries. The Records of the Grand Historian by Sima Qian offers a rich historical account of these developments. His writings provide invaluable insights into the construction processes, the strategic imperatives, and notably, the harsh and often brutal conditions faced by the laborers involved. This documentation highlights the immense human effort and the significant costs endured during the wall's early phases, painting a vivid picture of ancient Chinese society and its unyielding drive to protect and prosper. Continuing from the historical accounts, the 20th century marked a significant era for the Great Wall of China as systematic archaeological studies began to unravel its mysteries further. Teams from China and around the world embarked on meticulous research, unearthing a variety of artifacts and materials. These findings have been pivotal in dating different segments of the wall and shedding light on the diverse construction methods employed over the centuries. The archaeological excavations revealed that the choice of construction materials varied significantly across different regions of the wall. For instance, in the rugged northern terrains, granite was predominantly used, reflecting its local abundance and durability. Conversely, in the flatter plains, builders commonly used rammed earth. This technique involved compacting layers of earth known locally as hangtu, which was both economical and readily available. The flexibility in material choice highlighted an adaptive construction strategy tailored to the varying geographic and resource conditions across the vast stretches of the wall. Moreover, the early segments of the Great Wall were not just simple earthworks. To enhance structural integrity and resist erosion, wooden frameworks were integrated within these earthen walls. However, in stone-rich areas, large stones were not only used as foundational bases, but also served as primary building blocks for much of the construction. Wood played a crucial role too, especially in constructing gates, towers, and for reinforcing sections of the wall, although it was more vulnerable to decay and fire. As we delve further into the advancements in construction materials and techniques used for the Great Wall, the Ming Dynasty emerges as a period of significant evolution. During this era, the use of bricks and stone slabs became prevalent, enhancing the wall's durability and resistance to weather conditions. The uniform size and shape of the bricks simplified the construction process, as they were easier to handle and lay compared to the irregular stones used previously. This uniformity not only sped up construction, but also contributed to the overall structural integrity of the wall. Recognizing the massive requirement for these materials, builders strategically established kilns close to the construction sites. This was a practical solution to the logistical challenge of transporting heavy materials across vast distances. It's estimated that these kilns churned out hundreds of millions, possibly even billions of bricks throughout the dynasty, each one contributing to the grandeur of the wall.
There are unexplained issues in our past,
Right.
which are presently not explained by the system that teaches us about the past.
One of the most fascinating advancements was the introduction of sticky rice mortar. This innovative material came about during the Ming Dynasty, when builders began mixing a paste made from sticky rice with lime. The result was a mortar that not only held bricks together more effectively, but also offered enhanced water resistance and strength. This organic-inorganic composite was revolutionary, making the wall far more durable than many might have anticipated. Recent studies have underscored the effectiveness of this mortar, revealing its unique ability to withstand significant pressure and resist aging, which is why many sections of the wall still stand robustly today. Building the Great Wall of China was not just a monumental architectural achievement, but also a colossal human endeavor. The workforce required to construct such an extensive structure included millions of individuals over the centuries: soldiers, peasants, convicts, and even intellectuals who had fallen out of favor with those in power. These laborers were mobilized across various dynasties, each contributing to different sections and aspects of the wall's construction. The conditions these workers faced were incredibly harsh. Minimal supplies, brutal climates, and grueling physical labor were the norms. Many laborers did not survive the harsh winters, suffering from exhaustion and malnutrition. Historical records even suggest that some of the deceased were buried within the wall itself, which has led to the legend of the wall being referred to as the world's largest graveyard. Shifting our focus from the ancient architectural feats to a modern marvel of engineering, this structure known as the Bingham Canyon Mine, also known as the Kennecott Copper Mine, presents another extraordinary example of human ingenuity that can be seen from the heights of space. Located in the Oquirrh Mountains southwest of Salt Lake City, Utah, this mine has been a beacon of industrial achievement since its inception in 1906. The origins of the mine trace back to 1898, when it was first developed by Enos Andrew Wall, who formed the Boston Consolidated Mining Company. The landscape of the mine changed dramatically in 1910 when it was acquired by the Kennecott Copper Corporation, marking the beginning of large-scale operations that have continued to this day. This makes it not only one of the oldest, but also one of the most productive mines in the United States. Bingham Canyon is primarily an open-pit mine, a type of mining operation that involves digging out large open pits to access ore deposits below the surface. This method has seen several technological advancements at the mine, notably the first use of large-scale electric shovels in 1926 and the introduction of haul trucks in 1937, which revolutionized the way materials were moved within the mine. Over the years, the mine has produced more copper than any other mine in the world, totaling over 20 million tons. But copper isn't the only resource extracted here. Significant amounts of gold, silver, and molybdenum have also been produced, contributing to its status as a cornerstone of global mining. The impact of the mine extends beyond just production. The excavation has provided geologists with a detailed cross-section of the Earth's crust, offering invaluable insights into geological strata and ore deposit formations. This has been a boon for the field of economic geology, enhancing our understanding of the natural processes that shape our planet. Another intriguing aspect of the mine is its influence on aircraft navigation. The sheer size of the excavation has disturbed the local gravitational field to the extent that compass readings can become erratic for pilots flying overhead. This massive pit has literally reshaped the landscape and the magnetic field surrounding it. Speaking of size, the Bingham Canyon Mine is enormous. At its widest point, it spans about 2.5 miles and reaches depths of more than 3/4 of a mile. To put that into perspective, the pit is so large that two of the world's tallest buildings, the Burj Khalifa, could lay end to end at its base and still be dwarfed by the scale of the excavation.
This is Ollantaytambo, and it's the last Inca town which is still more or less intact. Today we're going up to the quarry site where megalithic stones were extracted.
There are no tools that are discovered that have these, highly advanced capabilities.
Well, the tools were either recycled by different cultures over the course of time, or they're being hidden in warehouses in different countries that the government doesn't want the public to know about.
Nestled in the high, rugged terrain of the Sacred Valley, the Temple of the Sun at Ollantaytambo is a testament to ancient engineering.
Well, all the geologists I know who've looked at it say that it's natural stone.
The temple's most striking feature is the Wall of the Six Monoliths, built from enormous stones, each weighing tens of tons. The mystery of how these colossal stones were transported to such an elevated site without modern technology continues to puzzle scientists, historians, and archaeologists.
Some of the stones that were extracted weigh 65 tons.
Various theories have been proposed, from the use of log rollers and ramps to the incredible strength of human and animal labor. But the precise methods remain a subject of speculation and wonder. The discovery of the Temple of the Sun in Ollantaytambo and subsequent findings in the area are deeply intertwined with the broader exploration and rediscovery of Incan sites throughout the Sacred Valley. The detailed story of its discovery reflects a blend of local knowledge and international scholarly interest, which brought this remarkable site back into the world's consciousness.
It's obvious that the Inca found an abandoned megalithic city and made it their center because of that.
The process of mapping and documenting the Inca sites along the Urubamba Valley began earnestly in the 19th century, but gained significant momentum with the explorative fervor that marked the early 20th century. Notable figures such as Hiram Bingham, who famously publicized Machu Picchu in 1911, were instrumental in bringing global attention to the Inca sites. Although Bingham did not discover Ollantaytambo, his work set the stage for its further exploration. The first detailed descriptions of Ollantaytambo emerged from explorers like Sir Clements Markham in the late 19th century, who documented the Inca trails and their connecting sites. These accounts highlighted the site's grandeur and intricate stonework, noting its potential significance, but often lacking the archaeological precision seen in later years. By the 1920s and 1930s, more detailed expeditions were undertaken, often by Peruvian and international teams, who began to catalogue the ruins in earnest. These teams used early photographic techniques to create comprehensive records that would later prove crucial for restoration and further study. The mid-20th century saw a surge in archaeological interest that brought more scientific methods to the study of Ollantaytambo. Starting in the 1950s, archaeological teams began to apply more rigorous scientific techniques to their excavations. Notable among these was the work led by American archaeologist John Rowe in the 1960s, which focused on understanding the site's cultural and historical context. His work helped to place Ollantaytambo within the broader narrative of the Inca Empire's expansion and religious significance. The use of early photographic equipment and later, more sophisticated imaging techniques allowed researchers to analyze the alignment of the temple's stones. This was crucial in establishing its purpose related to astronomical events, particularly the solstices, which were significant in Inca cosmology.
A lot of these ancient megalithic sites, they seem to be astronomically aligned.
The role of local knowledge in the rediscovery and understanding of the Temple of the Sun cannot be overstated. The temple's significance in local folklore helped guide and enrich the archaeological narrative. The local Quechua communities retained oral histories that spoke of the temple's celestial alignments and its role in Inca rituals. These stories, passed down through generations, often provided the missing links in understanding the site's function. such as the significance of specific stone placements and their relationship to Inca astrology. Local stories frequently guided archaeologists to specific parts of the site that had been overlooked or misunderstood. For example, the local legend of the Path of the Sun helped researchers identify and understand the importance of certain architectural lines that align with the sun during the winter solstice. The water mirrors found near the Temple of the Sun at Ollantaytambo provide a fascinating glimpse into the sophisticated engineering and astronomical knowledge of the Inca civilization. These architectural features, essentially functioning as reflective pools, offer insight into how the Incas manipulated natural elements to serve both practical and ceremonial purposes. The primary function of these water mirrors was to observe and track celestial bodies. By observing the reflections of the sun, moon, and stars, Inca astronomers could determine critical calendrical and agricultural periods. This was essential not only for the timing of planting and harvesting crops, but also for determining the dates of various religious festivals and ceremonies, which were profoundly influenced by astronomical events.
Taking into account the solstices and equinoxes for ceremonial purposes.
An intriguing comparison can be drawn between the Incan water mirrors and the use of water in Roman architecture, such as in the famous impluvium in Roman atrium houses. Like the Incan mirrors, these Roman basins were central architectural features designed to collect rainwater, but they also played a role in the aesthetic and practical aspects of Roman domestic life, providing a source of water and a focal point for the household. While the Romans used these features primarily for practical domestic purposes, the Incas elevated their water mirrors to the level of astronomical precision and ceremonial significance, integrating them into their spiritual and scientific understanding of the universe. This comparison not only highlights the universal human attraction to and use of reflective surfaces, but also emphasizes the unique ways in which such features were adapted to meet specific cultural needs and beliefs. The Wall of the Six Monoliths at the Temple of the Sun in Ollantaytambo stands as a profound testament to Inca engineering and architectural prowess. This iconic structure features 6 massive stones, each masterfully carved and placed with precision that remains a topic of admiration and mystery among historians and engineers alike. The crafting of the Wall of the Six Monoliths involved sophisticated stoneworking techniques that the Incas had perfected over generations. The stones were quarried from sites several kilometers away, involving a complex process of extraction, transportation, and placement. The precise technique used to transport these massive stones remains partially speculative, with theories suggesting the use of log rollers, llamas, and sheer human force. Once at the site, the stones were meticulously shaped to fit together perfectly. This was achieved through a method known as ashlar masonry, where stones are cut to fit together without mortar. The joints between the stones are so fine that it is often said not even a piece of paper can slide between them. This precision not only added to the aesthetic and structural integrity of the wall, but also enhanced its seismic resilience, allowing it to withstand the frequent earthquakes that can occur in the region. The construction of such a wall required a deep understanding of geological and architectural principles. The Inca builders selected specific types of stone based on their durability and resistance to weathering. The alignment and interlocking of the stones further contributed to the wall's stability, distributing seismic forces throughout the structure rather than allowing them to concentrate at any single point. The Temple of the Sun's status as an unfinished structure adds a layer of historical intrigue. The abrupt halt in its construction provides a snapshot into a tumultuous period marked by the Spanish conquest. Archaeological findings at the site reveal a sudden stop in construction activities. Tools and materials were found abandoned, as if the workers had dropped them mid-task. Large stone blocks, partially carved, remained scattered around the site, suggesting that significant planning and labor were underway at the time of the disruption. This unfinished state offers a unique insight into the Inca construction methods. as it lays bare the various stages of their building process, from initial stone shaping to final placement. The presence of these artifacts helps archaeologists understand the chronological order of construction phases and the techniques used by the Incas. To grasp the scale and weight of the stones in the wall of the 6 monoliths, consider that each stone could weigh as much as 50 tons. This is comparable to the weight of 10 large African elephants, or about 35 compact cars. The effort to move, carve, and perfectly place each of these stones is akin to modern engineering feats, such as the assembly of massive turbines used in hydroelectric dams, or the construction of heavy concrete structures in earthquake-prone areas.
There was a Spanish traveler who crossed the entire width of South America. Some years after the conquest of Peru had begun, he reported seeing huge cities. Within 100 years, other Spaniards were in there exploring. They couldn't find the cities. So they said, he must have made it all up. And that's what academia continued to say. And they're only being found now.
Perched on the rugged hills overlooking the ancient city of Cusco, the capital of the Inca Empire, stands the majestic fortress of Saksaywaman. This colossal structure, crafted with mind-boggling precision and architectural genius, has withstood the ravages of time, silently guarding the secrets of a civilization long past.
This is one of those cases where the science is even more sensational than the headlines.
Imagine stones so large and perfectly fitted that not even a piece of paper can slide between them, and you begin to grasp the mystery and allure of Saksaywaman. This fortress, more than just a military bastion, is a testament to the Incas' advanced understanding of engineering, astronomy, and their profound connection to the natural world, challenging us to rethink our perceptions of the ancient world. Its story begins long before it caught the eye of Western historians and archaeologists, having been a significant part of local life and culture well before the Spanish conquest of the Inca Empire in the early 16th century.
The horrendous catastrophe of the Spanish conquest. The Spanish sent ahead of them terrible diseases like smallpox.
The Spanish first encountered Saksaywaman during their conquest of Cusco in 1533. Led by Francisco Pizarro and his brothers, the conquistadors were immediately struck by the grandeur and precision of the fortress, which was then a central feature of the Inca capital. Among the earliest and most vivid descriptions we have of Saksaywaman were penned by Pedro Sancho, Pizarro's secretary. Writing shortly after the fall of Cusco, Sancho's detailed accounts, alongside those of his contemporaries, provided a first glimpse into the size of the stones and the sophistication of the construction, laying a foundation for future archaeological investigations.
That's me, for scale, standing beside that block.
As the 19th century rolled around, the ruins of Saksaywaman piqued the interest of international travelers and scholars, spurred on by the growing field of archaeology. Notable among these was Ephraim George Squire, who visited Peru in the 1860s. His detailed sketches and descriptions further fueled worldwide interest and brought more attention to the site's historical and architectural significance. By the early 20th century, the first systematic studies were underway, mapping the site's structures and attempting to understand its historical context. However, these early efforts were often limited by the techniques of the time and a colonial mindset that occasionally misinterpreted the site's purpose and construction.
Archaeology gives this work entirely to the Incas, even though the Incas themselves recognized and honored the work of predecessors.
Advancements in archaeological methods in the late 20th and early 21st centuries, including digital mapping, detailed stratigraphic analysis, and remote sensing, have significantly enhanced our understanding of Saksaywaman. These modern techniques have shed light on the construction sequence, the true extent of the site, and its various phases of use, ensuring that each stone and artifact found continues to contribute to the story of a civilization known for its remarkable architectural feats and deep integration with its environment and the cosmos. The construction of Saksaywaman stands as a pinnacle of Incan engineering and craftsmanship, incorporating advanced techniques that continue to puzzle historians and engineers even today. The massive boulders used in its construction were quarried from limestone deposits around Cusco, and transporting these behemoths, some weighing as much as 200 tons and spanning several kilometers, remains one of the great enigmas of Incan ability. It is believed that thousands of laborers, without the aid of the wheel or large animals, maneuvered these stones using nothing but logs, ropes, and collective human strength. The cutting precision of these stones is nothing short of extraordinary. The Incas mastered a technique known as ashlar masonry, which allowed them to fit stones so tightly together that no mortar was needed. The fit is so snug that not even a blade of grass can slip through the joints, which also provided significant earthquake resistance. The stones could shift slightly and resettle without causing the structure to collapse, an essential feature in the earthquake-prone Andes. Moreover, the architectural layout of the walls, composed of gigantic stones in a zigzag pattern, forms three parallel lines that merge into a formidable barrier. This design served not only as a strategic military defense, but also held symbolic meanings, perhaps representing the teeth of a puma, with Cusco itself theorized to be laid out in the shape of this sacred animal when viewed from above. Expanding beyond its visible structure, the layout of Saksaywaman is deeply complex and extends into both ceremonial and strategic realms. The zigzag walls, stretching over 600 meters, seem to echo the jagged peaks of the Andes themselves, blending the natural landscape into its sacred architecture. This design not only provided a stunning aesthetic connection to its surroundings, but also reflected the Incas' profound reverence for nature and the deities believed to reside within these natural elements. Researchers have also suggested that Saksaywaman's design incorporates an acoustic feature. Tests have shown that sounds made at certain points within the complex can be clearly heard across vast distances without any echo, indicating a sophisticated understanding of sound dynamics. This acoustical engineering would have been particularly advantageous during large gatherings and ceremonies, allowing leaders' voices to be projected to extensive crowds. Additionally, the site's astronomical significance is highlighted by the orientations of its walls and specific architectural features, which align with celestial events such as solstices and equinoxes. Continuing with the architectural and engineering marvels of Saksaywaman, the Incas demonstrated remarkable ingenuity in water management by incorporating an advanced drainage system within the construction. This system was critical in handling the heavy rainfalls typical of the region, effectively preventing erosion and water damage to the structure. Alongside this, the tiered terraces not only provided a robust defense mechanism, but were also ingeniously used to manage soil erosion and fertility, likely supporting gardens or smaller structures within the complex. When comparing Saksaywaman to another iconic Inca site, Machu Picchu, some intriguing differences and similarities emerge, particularly in terms of purpose, function, and construction techniques. Saksaywaman, often misconceived solely as a fortress due to its massive walls and strategic location, primarily served as a ceremonial site and a symbol of imperial power and divine authority. In contrast, Machu Picchu, built around the mid-15th century, functioned as a royal estate for Emperor Pachacuti and was heavily focused on religious ceremonies and astronomical observations. The construction styles of these two sites also reflect their differing roles and philosophies. Saksaywaman is characterized by the use of enormous stones, meticulously fitted together without the use of mortar. This construction technique, showcasing large-scale monumental architecture, was likely intended to display power and durability. On the other hand, Machu Picchu, while also renowned for its precision stonework, utilizes smaller, more regularly shaped stones that integrate seamlessly with the natural landscape, reflecting an overarching philosophy of harmony and balance with nature. Moreover, the locations and overall designs of Saksaywaman and Machu Picchu further highlight their distinct purposes. Saksaywaman's position on a high plateau overlooking Cusco gives it a robust, militaristic, and expansive design, symbolizing its role as a guardian over the capital. In stark contrast, Machu Picchu is nestled between mountain peaks, often enshrouded in mist, creating a more secluded and mystical ambience that is designed to blend into its mountainous surroundings, emphasizing its spiritual and retreat-like nature. These strategic choices in location and design not only served practical purposes, but also conveyed the spiritual and cultural values of the Inca civilization, Continuing the exploration of Incan architectural ingenuity, Saksaywaman not only stands out as an architectural and ceremonial masterpiece, but also as a strategic military fortress, exemplifying the Incas' deep understanding of military tactics and effective landscape utilization. Its defensive characteristics are meticulously designed, blending the natural and constructed environments seamlessly. Strategically perched on a hill overlooking Cusco, Saksaywaman's elevated position offered the Incas a crucial vantage point from which they could observe any approaching threats. This advantageous positioning provided ample time to prepare defenses or mount counterattacks, making it an integral part of the region's security. Access to Saksaywaman was deliberately limited, with a few heavily guarded entrances. These were intentionally designed to be narrow, forcing attacking forces to enter in reduced numbers and become vulnerable to attacks from defenders positioned along the walls above and to the sides. Within the walls, the arrangement allowed for excellent visibility and easy communication between different sections of the fortress. Signal fires and other forms of visual messaging were used to coordinate defensive efforts across Saksaywaman and with other nearby fortifications, further enhancing its defensive capabilities. When comparing the defensive structures of Saksaywaman with those of medieval European castles, like the iconic Edinburgh Castle in Scotland, several intriguing contrasts and similarities come to light. Unlike the stone and mortar construction typical of European castles, Saksaywaman's walls were crafted using the ashlar technique, which involves fitting stones together without mortar. This technique not only provided significant earthquake resistance, but also ensured there were no weak points like mortar that could be easily undermined or eroded. Both Saksaywaman and many medieval castles share the strategic positioning on elevated ground, a common defensive feature that underscores the universal tactical advantage of controlling high ground. This strategic similarity highlights the shared understanding of defensive architecture across different cultures and epochs, each adapting to their unique environments and technological capabilities.
Japan is a megalithic culture. Many of the megaliths in Japan have never really been properly studied. If you have a relatively short time frame, searching for a lost civilization becomes much more complex and much more difficult. But if you have a very long time frame to deal with, there's much more material to investigate. And I wonder if some other sites have been misinterpreted, if sites are multi-layered, that many different cultures have been involved in them.
Imagine standing before a vast network of subterranean caverns, extending thousands of square meters deep into the earth, carved from the unique volcanic tuff known as Oya Stone. The caverns at the Oya Stone Quarry in Utsunomiya were first created centuries ago, and it seems nearly impossible for humans of that era to have shaped such an immense and complex structure with nothing more than rudimentary tools and sheer human effort. Yet, somehow they did. Was there more at play here than meets the eye?
I can't help thinking time capsule, that there was an intention to preserve this.
Fast forward to today, and despite our advanced technology and engineering prowess, replicating such a feat remains a formidable challenge. This marvel of both natural formation and human endeavour invites us to explore its depths, uncovering the secrets held within its echoing chambers and imposing walls.
I want to know what else is going to be found that hasn't been investigated yet at all. We're just touching the edge of a huge mystery.
The history of the Oya Stone Quarry reveals a fascinating evolution in Japan's building practices, showcasing the transition from localized resource extraction to large-scale industrial use. Although the exact date of the quarry's discovery isn't precisely documented, evidence suggests that small-scale extraction began around the Heian period.
The history is largely that period for which we have written documents, and archaeology is the period before that where we don't have written documents.
The stone's unique properties quickly made it popular for local construction needs, particularly in building religious structures like temples and shrines. Its ease of carving, when freshly quarried, made it ideal for creating the detailed sculptures and iconography integral to these religious sites. During the Edo period, the use of Oya stone expanded significantly, driven by economic and social changes. Under the relative peace of the Tokugawa shogunate, Japan experienced urbanization, which increased the demand for durable building materials. Oya stone's enhanced fire resistance made it particularly valuable in Edo, where densely built urban areas were prone to fires. Technological advancements in extraction techniques also contributed to this expansion. The introduction of better chiseling tools and systematic methods for removing large blocks from deeper layers reflected a growing sophistication in mining practices. The demand for Oya stone grew as Edo and other cities expanded, requiring massive quantities of durable materials. The stone was extensively used in constructing walls, bridges, and infrastructure capable of withstanding the elements and frequent fires, which were common in wooden cities. As the demand increased, the shogunate began to regulate quarrying operations more strictly. This regulation ensured sustainable extraction practices, preserving the resource for longer periods. When comparing Oya stone to European limestone, we see both materials were used extensively for similar purposes, such as building constructions and statues, especially in fire-sensitive areas. Both stones share the valuable property of hardening over time, making them ideal for enduring structures. However, the cultural context of their use differed. European limestone usage often emphasized aesthetic qualities alongside practical considerations, while in Japan, the practical applications of Oya stone, particularly its fire resistance, were more prominently valued. Tracing its operations back to around 800 AD during the early Heian period, the Oya Stone Quarry's origins coincide with a time of consolidation of power in the Japanese imperial court. Initially, the stone was utilized for constructing the foundations and lower structures of buildings in local villages, owing to its accessibility and ease of carving when freshly quarried. Oya stone's unique property of being relatively soft when first quarried, but hardening upon exposure to air allowed ancient builders to carve it easily during the initial stages of construction. Once exposed to air, the stone would solidify, forming a durable structure. As the Heian period progressed, and the cultural center of Japan shifted to Kyoto, the architectural demand grew. The stone's popularity increased, likely due to its fire-resistant properties. By the late Heian period, Oya stone was being transported beyond the local region, finding its way into more significant and prestigious construction projects, including temples, shrines, and statues across Japan. Historical records often highlight its use in state-sponsored construction projects, suggesting its rising importance. The increasing demand for Oya stone led to the expansion of quarry operations. Techniques for quarrying evolved from simple manual methods to more organized mining activities involving larger labor forces. The quarry became a focal point for the development of the local economy, providing numerous jobs and leading to the growth of surrounding communities. There is a theory that the quarry was discovered and initially developed under the auspices of the imperial family of Japan, who might have used it to demonstrate their divine right to rule by building temples and palaces using this unique stone. This theory is partly based on the frequent use of Oya stone in imperial and noble projects during the Heian period. The stone's distinctiveness and the grandeur it imparted to buildings would have symbolized the celestial and exalted status of the emperor. Transitioning from this historical perspective, the underground caverns of the Oya Stone Quarry in Utsunomiya, Tochigi Prefecture offer a fascinating study in geology, history, and acoustics. Spanning an impressive 20,000 square meters, this vast network developed over centuries of mining, creating a subterranean landscape with varying heights and widths. Some sections plunged to depths of 60 meters, equivalent to the height of a 20-story building, adding a significant vertical dimension to the cavern's complexity. The walls of these caverns, carved directly from Oya stone, bear distinct marks from pickaxes and chisels, serving as historical records of the quarry's operational past. These markings narrate the evolution of mining technology and techniques over the years. Occasionally, tools and other artifacts left behind by miners are discovered within the caverns, preserved as part of the site's historical display. Natural features within the stone, such as variations in color, vein patterns, and pockets of different mineral compositions provide additional insights into the region's geological history. Renowned for their unique acoustic properties, the caverns allow for minimal echo and clarity of sound that is highly prized in musical performances. The porosity and density of Oya stone absorb and dampen sound effectively, making the caverns a coveted recording venue for artists seeking a unique sound environment that traditional studios cannot easily replicate. Comparatively, the underground caverns of the Oya Stone Quarry can be likened to the ancient underground cities of Cappadocia in Turkey. Both are carved directly into volcanic rock, yet they served different primary purposes. Oya's caverns were primarily industrial, while Cappadocia's were designed for habitation and protection, complete with living quarters, churches, and ventilation shafts. An intriguing theory suggests that the extensive network and depth of the Oya caverns could have provided strategic military advantages during historical conflicts. Given their depth and complexity, the caverns could have served as hiding spots or secret passages during times of war. This theory is supported by Japan's historical precedents for utilizing landscape features in military strategies, such as using fog and terrain advantages in battles.
Across the vast expanse of the ancient world, from the rugged, windswept peaks of the Caucasus Mountains to the sun-baked sands of Egypt, lie hidden enigmas, structures that defy explanation, challenge our understanding of history, and whisper of forgotten civilizations and technologies far beyond our current comprehension. These sites, the Karora Shaft in the North Caucasus, the Osiris Shaft beneath the Giza Plateau, and the potential tomb of Cleopatra near Alexandria, are not mere archaeological curiosities. They are portals to a past so distant, so shrouded in mystery, that they force us to question the very foundations of what we believe to be true about human origins and the rise of civilization. They are the keys to a forgotten history, a history perhaps far grander, more complex, and more interconnected than we have ever dared to imagine.
Our journey begins in the remote wilderness of the North Caucasus, a land of towering mountains, deep gorges, and ancient secrets. Here, in 2011, Russian speleologist Arthur Zhukov, driven by an insatiable curiosity and a thirst for the unknown, made a discovery that would send shockwaves through the archaeological community: the Karora Shaft. What initially appeared to be a simple natural fissure in the mountainside soon revealed itself to be something far more extraordinary. As Zhukov and his team descended into the depths, they found themselves surrounded by walls of precisely cut megalithic blocks, fitted together with a precision that rivals, and in some ways surpasses, the renowned craftsmanship of the Egyptian pyramids. This was no natural cave. It was a vast underground hall, extending hundreds of feet into the earth, a testament to engineering prowess that seemed utterly out of place in such a remote and isolated location. The sheer scale of the Karora Shaft is breathtaking. Massive stone blocks, some weighing over 200 tons, form right angles and create a space that feels both ancient and strangely futuristic. How could such a structure have been built? What tools, what knowledge, what civilization could have conceived of and executed such a monumental feat of engineering, particularly in a region far removed from any known centers of ancient power? The polished walls, the intricate arrangement of stone blocks resembling columns, the very air within the shaft seems to hum with a forgotten energy, a silent testament to a past we can barely grasp. It's important to note that Zhukov's team noticed constant airflow, even deep inside, suggesting advanced ventilation and possibly a connection to other underground areas, as if this shaft was just one part of a larger complex. The mystery of Karora deepens when we delve into the local legends and folklore. For generations, the people of the North Caucasus have passed down stories of vast underground cities built by civilizations that predate recorded history. These myths speak of beings with advanced knowledge, of technologies lost to time, and of a world swallowed by the earth. Could these legends be more than just fanciful tales? Could they be fragmented memories of a real past, preserved through oral tradition, hinting at a time when the Caucasus was home to a civilization capable of extraordinary achievements? The Karora shaft lends credence to these ancient stories, suggesting that they may be rooted in a reality far grander than we ever imagined. Let us now journey thousands of miles south, to the land of the pharaohs, to the heart of ancient Egypt. Beneath the iconic Giza Plateau, near the watchful gaze of the Great Sphinx, lies another enigma that mirrors the mysteries of Karora, the Osiris Shaft. This multi-level complex, descending 35 meters into the bedrock, is a testament to extraordinary engineering and a profound understanding of subterranean construction. Like the Karora Shaft, it raises more questions than it answers, challenging our understanding of ancient Egyptian capabilities and the very timeline of their civilization. The lowest chamber of the Osiris Shaft, often referred to as the Tomb of Osiris, is particularly intriguing. Here, a granite sarcophagus rests on a platform surrounded by water, a scene that eerily echoes the mythical resting place of Osiris, the god of the underworld, death, and resurrection. But was this truly a tomb in the traditional sense? The unusual materials and construction methods used in the Osiris Shaft suggest a purpose far more complex than simple burial. One sarcophagus, discovered on the second level, is crafted from dacite, a volcanic rock not found anywhere in Egypt. Geological analysis confirms that there are no dacite deposits in Africa large enough to yield a block of this size, meaning this 40-ton behemoth must have been transported from a distant land, possibly from Europe or the Black Sea region. The logistics of such an undertaking are mind-boggling. How did the ancient Egyptians, or whoever built this structure, move this massive stone across vast distances, over land and sea, and then lower it with such precision into a shaft not designed for easy access? Further adding to the mystery is the thin metallic coating found on the dacite sarcophagus, containing elements like lead, a material known today for its radiation shielding properties. Measurements taken within the sarcophagus revealed unusually high levels of gamma radiation, hinting at a function far beyond the preservation of a body. Were the ancient Egyptians, or perhaps a civilization that predates them, aware of the properties of radiation? Did they utilize this knowledge in their construction and rituals? The dating of this sarcophagus adds another layer of complexity, placing it as far back as 3150 BCE, a time that potentially predates the construction of the pyramids and challenges the accepted chronology of ancient Egypt. This suggests that the Osiris Shaft may be the work of a forgotten civilization, one whose achievements were later attributed to the pharaohs. Our final destination on this journey of discovery is the proposed Tomb of Cleopatra, located near the ancient city of Alexandria at the site of Taposiris Magna. Here, archaeologist Kathleen Martinez, fueled by a lifelong passion for the legendary queen, believes she has found Cleopatra's final resting place. While the identification of this site remains a subject of ongoing debate within the archaeological community, the discoveries made there are undeniably significant and share intriguing parallels with the mysteries of Karora and Osiris. The site features a vast, unfinished tunnel, carved with remarkable precision into the bedrock, leading to a series of chambers. This subterranean complex, while not as ancient as the other two sites, echoes the underground construction found at Karora and Osiris, suggesting a shared tradition of engineering, or perhaps even the preservation of ancient knowledge across millennia. The scale and design of the tunnel at Taposiris Magna imply that it was intended for someone of paramount importance, a ruler of immense power and prestige, possibly Cleopatra herself. Within these chambers, Martinez's team unearthed a wealth of artifacts, including coins bearing Cleopatra's likeness, statues, and inscriptions, some of which refer to a Queen of Kings, a title often associated with the last pharaoh of Egypt. While the potential tomb of Cleopatra may not possess the same raw ancient power as Karora or Osiris, it nevertheless adds another piece to the puzzle. It suggests that the tradition of subterranean construction, of creating hidden spaces beneath the earth, persisted through the ages, perhaps passed down from the very civilizations that built the earlier structures. Did the builders of Cleopatra's era draw upon ancient knowledge, inherited from a forgotten past? Was there a continuous thread of understanding, a secret tradition of engineering and technology that linked these disparate sites across vast stretches of time.
To people who aren't aware, there's a location in the Western Sahara Desert of Mauritania called the Richat structure. It's also commonly referred to as the Eye of the Sahara. And what's so spectacular about this is that it just so happens to match more than a dozen striking similarities to what Plato had described as the lost ancient capital city of Atlantis.
Have you ever heard of the Eye of the Sahara? Officially known as the Richat structure, this geological wonder is something straight out of a sci-fi movie.
Because archaeologists roll their eyes every time you say the word Atlantis. But that is precisely the date that Plato gives for the destruction of Atlantis.
Picture this. A giant, almost circular dome sprawling 40 kilometers across the Sahara. So massive it's visible from space, but it's not just its size that's mind-blowing. The Richat structure's beauty lies in its complexity, especially its mesmerizing concentric rings. These rings aren't your regular circles. They're like fingerprints, each one unique in width, composition, and how time and the elements have worn them down. It's as if nature itself was playing architect, crafting a masterpiece over millions of years through erosion.
It is a site that most people have never seen or heard of before, which is truly peculiar because it's so spectacular.
Wind and water have sculpted this dome layer by layer, revealing a range of rings that tell a story of resilience and transformation. Now let's delve into what makes up this stunning structure.
And what I'm focusing on is the lost capital city, which was said to be made up of concentric circles, 3 of water, 2 of land, which matches the Richat structure.
The outermost rings boast Proterozoic quartzite, a rock so tough and ancient it's been around for over 600 million years. Imagine that. Quartzite starts off as sandstone and undergoes a metamorphosis with heat and pressure, emerging as this incredibly hard rock. Move inward, and the materials shift to softer, sedimentary rocks like limestone, which forms in marine environments, and sandstone, composed of tiny mineral grains. At the heart of the Richat structure, there's a fascinating mix called siliceous breccia, essentially a jumble of angular rock fragments bonded together, often found in volcanic areas or places with a lot of geological action. The Richat structure is not just a feast for the eyes, it's a geologist's dream. The variety of rock types and the formation's history offer a rare glimpse into the Earth's geological processes. When you dive into the origins of the Richat structure, also known as the Eye of the Sahara, you're essentially unpacking a geological mystery that's been in the making for millions of years. At the heart of this mystery is the uplifted dome theory, which geologists lean towards when explaining how this stunning feature came to be. Imagine the Earth's crust getting a gentle nudge from below, creating a bulge on the surface. Over eons, wind and water went to work on this dome, chiseling away at it. But here's the catch, not all rocks are made the same. Some are tougher, others are softer, so they didn't all erode at the same pace. This selective erosion crafted the Richat structure's iconic concentric rings, each layer telling a story of resilience and time. But wait, there's a twist in the tale thanks to Jimmy Corsetti.
The question becomes, is it big enough to be a city with possibly millions of people? Because the way it was described is that it was a city that was said to be busy all day, all night, rich in trade, with languages spoken from all over.
He floats a rather intriguing idea that maybe, just maybe, ancient humans had a hand in sculpting the Richat structure. While this leans more towards speculation, it's a fascinating thought that adds a pinch of mystery to an already captivating story. Now let's talk about the Sahara Desert, the Richat structure's vast, arid home. This desert environment, with its relentless wind erosion, has been a key player in shaping the structure. But remember, the Sahara wasn't always a desert.
And what people don't realize is that Sahara Africa, up until about 4,500 to 5,000 years ago, was totally green.
It has seen its fair share of climatic roller coasters over millions of years, each phase leaving its mark on the rate and style of erosion at the site. The rocks at the Richat structure are ancient historians, some dating back over 600 million years, offering a glimpse into the Earth's early days, continental drifts, and the dawn of life. The creation of the Richat structure wasn't an overnight affair. It was a marathon of geological activity, from the shifting of tectonic plates to the whims of climate change, all contributing to the structure's unique appearance. Erosion played the role of the sculptor, methodically revealing the different layers of rock beneath. One of the most striking aspects of the Rishat structure is its near-perfect circular pattern, a feature so distinctive that astronauts use it as a space landmark.
Even if you went to Mauritania, so you could see this from space, astronauts use it as a locator, and they weren't really familiar or aware of it until the Gemini missions in the early 1960s.
It's a mesmerizing pattern that stands out in the vastness of the Sahara. Plato's tales of Atlantis, nestled within his dialogues Timaeus and Critias, really do spark the imagination, don't they? Written in the 4th century BC, at a time when Athens was basking in its golden era of philosophy and culture, Plato wasn't just any philosopher. He was a master of exploring deep concepts about society, ethics, and the nature of reality itself. Through these dialogues, it's like he's engaging in a spirited chat, using his characters to weave through various ideas and viewpoints. Then there's Atlantis, this mythical island city that Plato claimed existed beyond the Pillars of Hercules, which we commonly associate with the Strait of Gibraltar today. He didn't hold back on the details, portraying Atlantis as a gargantuan landmass, outstripping the size of Libya and Asia put together. The description of its layout is nothing short of fascinating, featuring a series of concentric rings of land and sea that would have required an extraordinary feat of engineering to construct, with its elaborate canals and bridges. At the core of Atlantis was its fertile central plain, a farmer's dream, encircled by towering mountains that offered both a wealth of resources and a natural fortress. But the allure of Atlantis extended beyond its geography. Plato painted a picture of a city flush with resources and technological prowess, boasting an abundance of metals like the enigmatic orichalcum, alongside gold and silver. The infrastructure was ahead of its time, complete with sophisticated water systems, majestic temples, grand palaces, and bustling docks. Yet Atlantis was more than its physical attributes. Plato envisioned a society with a rich tapestry of laws, traditions, and governance, underpinned by a formidable military might. However, as the narrative unfolds, Atlantis transitions from a utopian exemplar to a cautionary tale of corruption and decline, ultimately leading to its downfall. This story, layered with intricate details and moral undertones, continues to captivate and fuel the imagination, a testament to Plato's enduring legacy. While there's a resemblance to Plato's Atlantis, the geographical settings throw us for a loop. The Riche structure sits in the heart of the Sahara, far from the Atlantic Ocean, where Atlantis was said to be.
But another little detail that most people aren't aware of, because they think of Atlantis like, oh, it must be at the bottom of the ocean. Well, that's not exactly how Plato worded it. Like, a lot of people see the Sahara Desert, and they don't realize that this place was unbelievably different than it is today.
This discrepancy hasn't stopped theorists from suggesting that perhaps the Sahara's landscape was vastly different in the past, possibly even near water, or more hospitable than today's arid expanse. The Eye of the Sahara isn't just a geological wonder, it's a treasure trove of archaeological finds that shed light on ancient human life. Stone tools scattered around the area, including arrowheads, scrapers, and axes, tell tales of hunting and crafting. Pottery fragments whisper secrets of domestic life, indicating a significant leap in cultural and technological evolution. But it's the remnants of potential permanent settlements that really pique our curiosity, suggesting that this wasn't merely a waypoint for nomads, but a home for a settled community. The rock art adorning cliff faces and cave interiors near the Risha structure is nothing short of mesmerizing. These paintings and engravings, featuring animals like antelopes and elephants, transport us to a time when the Sahara thrived with life. Human figures and abstract designs depicted in these artworks offer glimpses into the social, cultural, and possibly spiritual lives of these ancient peoples. The rock art adorning cliff faces and cave interiors near the Rishat structure is nothing short of mesmerizing. These archaeological discoveries are not just remnants of a bygone era, they're pieces of a puzzle that help us piece together the story of human existence and evolution in the Sahara. They speak of adaptation and resilience in the face of climatic shifts that transformed a once lush region into the vast desert we see today. The prospect of permanent settlements, while still under investigation, opens new chapters in the story of African prehistory, enriching our understanding of early human societies on this diverse continent. It's a testament to the power of the past, and how even the smallest clues can illuminate the vast tapestry of human history.
High in the Andes, where the air is thin and the sun fierce, lies a place that has haunted the dreams of explorers and archaeologists for centuries. Tiwanaku, Puma, Punku, names that whisper of a lost civilization, a forgotten technology, a mystery etched in stone. The stones themselves speak of a power beyond our comprehension. Massive blocks, some weighing hundreds of tons, cut with laser-like precision, interlocked with a sophistication that defies explanation. Who were these master builders who moved mountains of stone with seeming ease, who aligned their monuments with the stars and then vanished, leaving behind only questions? Join us as we journey to the Altiplano to unlock the secrets of Tiwanaku and Puma Punku and confront the enigma of a civilization that may rewrite the very history of mankind.
High in the windswept plains of the Bolivian Altiplano, near the shimmering waters of Lake Titicaca, lies a place shrouded in mystery and ancient legends. This is Tiwanaku, once the heart of a mighty civilization, and its enigmatic neighbor Puma Punku, a site that challenges our understanding of prehistoric engineering. Amid these silent stones, questions echo through the ages. Who built these colossal structures? How did they achieve such precision without modern tools? And what secrets do they guard? Tiwanaku was first chronicled by Spanish conquistadors in the 16th century. They marveled at its grandeur, speculating about its origins and the people who once thrived here. The site wasn't just a city, it was a ceremonial complex believed to be the spiritual center of a civilization that flourished between 300 BC and 1000 AD. Yet, some evidence suggests it may be even older, pushing the boundaries of known history. At the heart of Tiwanaku stands the Akapana Pyramid, a massive earthen structure faced with stone, rising over 50 feet into the sky. Nearby is the Kalasasaya Temple, home to the awe-inspiring Gateway of the Sun, a monolithic arch carved from a single block of andesite, weighing an estimated 10 tons. The gateway is adorned with intricate engravings, including a deity known as the Staff God, surrounded by winged figures. What do these symbols mean? Were they messages to the gods, or perhaps to future generations? But it is at Puma Punku where the mysteries deepen. The name means Door of the Puma, and it's here we find some of the most precise stonework in the ancient world. Enormous blocks of red sandstone and andesite are scattered across the site, some weighing up to 131 metric tons, the equivalent of nearly 200 African elephants. These stones are cut with laser-like precision, featuring perfect right angles, drilled holes, and smooth surfaces that defy explanation. How could a civilization lacking metal tools, the wheel, or even a written language create such marvels? Consider this. The nearest quarry for these massive red sandstone blocks is located approximately 10 miles away, across the Tiwanaku River and over challenging terrain. Moving such immense stones would be a formidable task even today, with all our modern machinery. Theories abound, from the use of llama skin ropes and earthen ramps to the more fantastical suggestions of levitation or other lost technologies. Furthermore, the intricate H-shaped and interlocking blocks suggest an advanced understanding of geometry and modular design. They fit together like pieces of a giant three-dimensional puzzle without the use of mortar. This technique is not only sophisticated, but also earthquake-resistant, a necessity in this seismically active region. As archaeologist Neil Brodie once said, "The stones of Puma Punku are a challenge to our understanding of ancient technology." Some researchers propose that the builders of Punku might have used a form of proto-concrete or ancient geopolymer technology. This theory suggests that instead of carving the stones, the ancient craftsmen molded them using a mixture of local materials, creating the precise shapes we see today. This could explain the smooth surfaces and sharp angles that seem nearly impossible to achieve with primitive tools. Could the people of Tiwanaku have possessed advanced knowledge of chemistry and material science lost to history? Drawing parallels to other ancient sites, the precision and interlocking techniques at Punku bear a striking resemblance to stonework found in ancient Egypt and at Machu Picchu in Peru. The granite blocks of the Osirian temple at Abydos, Egypt, display similar precision and mysterious construction methods. At Machu Picchu, the Inca used interlocking stones to create structures that have withstood centuries of earthquakes. Is this mere coincidence, or could there have been a transmission of knowledge across continents? Adding layers to this enigma, recent studies suggest that the stones at Punku were aligned with astronomical events, such as solstices and equinoxes, indicating a sophisticated understanding of astronomy. As we delve deeper, the mysteries multiply. Were these structures built as portals to the heavens? Did they serve as astronomical observatories, religious centers, or something else entirely? Each theory more intriguing than the last. Some suggest that the builders harnessed acoustic levitation, using sound waves to lift and move the massive stones. Others speculate that they tapped into Earth's magnetic fields, or possessed other advanced technologies now lost to time. And then, there are the more controversial ideas. Could extraterrestrial beings have played a role in their construction? After all, some of the carvings resemble figures in helmets or suits, leading to speculation about ancient astronauts. One of the most provocative quotes comes from author Graham Hancock, who said, "We are a species with amnesia. We have forgotten something of great importance from our own past." While mainstream science approaches these theories with skepticism, the mysteries of Punku continue to fuel debate and inspire new lines of inquiry. Adding to the intrigue are recent archaeological discoveries in the region. Underneath Tiwanaku, ground-penetrating radar has revealed subterranean chambers and tunnels, suggesting that much of the site remains unexplored. As we stand among the ruins, gazing upon the silent stones, we are reminded of the words of philosopher George Santayana. Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. Perhaps the true legacy of Tiwanaku and Punku is not just in their stones, but in the questions they compel us to ask. Questions about human ingenuity, the transmission of knowledge, and the limits of our understanding. Until then, Tiwanaku and Punku stand as monuments to a forgotten era, a testament to the heights our ancestors reached, and a beacon guiding us toward deeper inquiry. The silent stones speak volumes, if only we are willing to listen. Are we prepared to embrace the mysteries of our past to better understand the potential of our future? If you were intrigued by the mysteries of Punku and Tiwanaku, then you're going to love our next adventure. We're journeying deep into the heart of Indonesia, to a place where ancient secrets whisper on the wind. Get ready to explore the enigmatic Baalbek Valley, home to gigantic stone jars and mysterious humanoid statues. Who built these incredible structures? What purpose did they serve? Join us as we uncover the legends, delve into the theories, and attempt to unlock the truth behind the Baalbek Valley megaliths. Don't miss out.
Imagine a place lost in time, hidden deep within the jungles of Indonesia. A place where ancient secrets whisper on the wind, and giant stone faces stare out from the past. This is the Baalbek Valley, a land of forgotten wonders. Here, massive statues stand watch over the forest, their origins shrouded in mystery. And scattered amongst the trees are enormous stone jars, their purpose unknown. Who created these incredible monuments? What were they used for? And why do they seem to echo ancient sites found across the world? Come with us on a journey to this remote and magical valley. Let's explore the clues, unravel the stories, and try to understand the people who left their mark on this timeless landscape.
But what about this bizarre enclosure wall that surrounds it? Each of these 3 blocks weighs 900 tons. And it's extraordinary the way they're built into a wall and raised 30 feet above the ground like this. A wall, the provenance for which has not been established by archaeology.
Deep within the dense forests of New Zealand's North Island lies the Kaimanawa Wall, a structure shrouded in mystery and controversy. With its precisely aligned blocks that mimic the handiwork of an ancient stonemason, this wall challenges the conventional timeline of human history in New Zealand. Could this be the remnants of a lost civilization, or simply an incredible feat of natural geology? Or was there another creator of these walls we don't know about? As debates continue and theories abound, the Kaimanawa Wall invites explorers and scholars alike to delve into its mysterious presence, potentially rewriting history with each new discovery. In the 1990s, an unexpected discovery by helicopter pilot Barry Brailsford dramatically shifted the focus of historical and archaeological exploration in New Zealand. While flying over the dense, rugged terrain of the Kaimanawa Ranges in the central part of the North Island, Brailsford spotted an unusual formation. From his aerial vantage point, this formation was clearly visible as a series of large, neatly arranged stone blocks. Their unusual and striking regularity, characterized by straight lines and precise angles, made them stand out distinctly from the natural ruggedness of the surrounding landscape. This area of the Kaimanawa Forest Park is quite remote and not easily accessible on foot, which likely explains why the formation had remained unnoticed by ground-based observers. Recognizing the potential significance of his find, Brailsford took decisive steps to ensure that both the public and the scientific community became aware of the formation. He began by capturing photographs of the wall. These images were crucial for documenting its characteristics and facilitating the initial assessments by geologists and archaeologists. Understanding the broader implications, Brailsford also reached out to local media outlets, sharing his findings and the intriguing images of the wall. This proactive engagement with the media was instrumental in sparking widespread interest and debate about the nature and origins of the wall, bringing it into the public eye and making it a subject of fascination and controversy in equal measure. The Kaimanawa Wall and its peculiar features bear a striking resemblance to ancient megalithic structures, sparking a lively debate about its origins, whether it's a product of natural geological processes or an artifact of an ancient civilization. The wall is remarkable for its orderly assembly of large rhyolite blocks. These stones are not only uniform in size, but also exhibit geometric precision with their straight edges and sharp angles, characteristics that are uncommon in natural rock formations, which typically show more random and varied profiles. The wall stretches approximately 30 meters in length and stands about 2 meters high. Each block is nearly identical in size, which varies slightly, but stays within a narrow range, suggesting a level of precision that is either a remarkable act of nature or evidence of human craftsmanship. To understand more about this mysterious structure, detailed geological surveys have been conducted at the site. These involve analyzing rock samples and the structural composition of the wall to determine the type of rock, its age, and the possible geological processes that could have led to such a structured appearance. The findings reveal that the wall is composed of rhyolite, a volcanic rock prevalent in the Taupo volcanic zone. Rhyolite can fracture naturally in straight lines, particularly under conditions where the lava cools uniformly and slowly. The uniform and angular disposition of the blocks at the Kaimanawa Wall is consistent with certain types of natural stone fracturing processes, known in geology as jointing, which can create angular and straight fractures. Most geological assessments classify the Kaimanawa Wall as a natural formation, primarily because of the natural occurrence of columnar jointing in volcanic rocks, similar to rhyolite. This process can result in formations with surprising geometric regularity, akin to those found in well-known sites like the Giant's Causeway. The debate continues, however, as these compelling comparisons and scientific analyses deepen the mystery, leaving room for different interpretations and ongoing research into this megalithic structure. The Giant's Causeway, nestled on the northeast coast of Northern Ireland, serves as a stunning natural wonder of the world and provides an interesting point of comparison to the mysterious structures of New Zealand's Kaimanawa Wall. Renowned for its roughly 40,000 interlocking basalt columns, the Giant's Causeway was formed about 50 to 60 million years ago during the Paleogene period. This unique formation occurred when a volcanic eruption caused highly fluid lava to spread across a large area. As this lava cooled, it contracted significantly, particularly at the surface, which cooled more rapidly. This contraction led to the formation of vertical cracks that ultimately shaped the distinctive hexagonal columns that are so characteristic of the causeway. Interestingly, while most of these columns are hexagonal, they can have anywhere from 4 to 8 sides. The columns vary in height, with the tallest reaching about 12 meters and diameters ranging from 15 to 25 centimeters. Beyond its geological significance, the Giant's Causeway is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site, celebrated for its natural beauty and its contribution to geological research. This site is particularly valued for its classic example of columnar jointing, offering vital insights into volcanic cooling processes. It acts as a crucial natural laboratory for geologists who study these phenomena and has played a pivotal role in confirming theories regarding the cooling rates and contraction forces of basaltic lava. The site is also deeply embedded in local mythology and folklore, most notably through the legend of Finn McCool, an Irish giant. According to legend, Finn built the causeway to reach Scotland and confront another giant. When he saw the immense size of his opponent, Finn retreated. His wife then cleverly disguised him as a baby, tricking the Scottish giant into believing that if the child was so large, the father must be truly colossal. Frightened by this prospect, the Scottish giant fled, destroying the causeway behind him to prevent pursuit. Turning to the Kaimanawa Wall, while it shares the feature of symmetrical stone patterns with the Giant's Causeway, its origin sparks more debate. The discussion oscillates between natural geological processes and possible human construction, unlike the clearly natural origins of the Giant's Causeway. This situation highlights how similar geological phenomena can manifest under vastly different conditions and interpretations, showcasing the complexities and wonders of Earth's geological diversity. This comparison between two such diverse geological formations underlines the intricate ways in which natural forces and, potentially, human influences intertwine to shape our understanding of the world's ancient landscapes. Another reason to believe the Kaimanawa Wall in New Zealand could have been man-made is by looking at the Inca walls in Peru. They both represent two fascinating yet starkly different types of stone constructions, each with their own unique characteristics, construction techniques, and surrounding theories. The Inca walls, notably at sites like Saksaywaman and Ollantaytambo near Cusco, demonstrate an exceptional level of craftsmanship in stone masonry. The Incas utilized a technique known as ashlar masonry, where large stones are meticulously cut to fit together tightly without any mortar. The precision of this stone cutting is so remarkable that not even a blade of grass can fit between the stones. This technique not only provided structural stability but also enhanced the wall's resistance to earthquakes, a common threat in the Andean region. These walls are not just functional, they hold significant cultural importance, reflecting the Incas' sophisticated understanding of architecture and their deep connection to their environment. The alignments of the walls with celestial events like solstices and equinoxes underscore their importance in Inca religion and agricultural practices. The precise methods used by the Incas to shape these stones remain a subject of debate among archaeologists. Some theories suggest the use of tools made from harder stones or bronze, while others propose techniques that involved heating the stones and then rapidly cooling them with water to create fractures. In contrast, the origin of New Zealand's Kaimanawa Wall is shrouded in debate. While some suggest it might be a natural geological formation resulting from the regular fracturing of volcanic rock, specifically rhyolite under certain cooling conditions, others speculate about its potential as a man-made structure. A key point in this debate is the absence of tool marks, which are clearly visible on the Inca walls. This supports the theory that the Kaimanawa wall's formation might be natural rather than crafted by human hands. The unusual regularity and symmetry of the stones at the Kaimanawa wall, while rare in natural formations, are not deemed impossible by geologists. Similar formations have been noted in other parts of the world where columnar basalt or other fracturing patterns have occurred due to volcanic activity. The Inca walls are undeniably the result of intentional, skilled labor, showcasing advanced techniques in stone cutting and construction. In contrast, the Kaimanawa wall, if a product of natural geological processes, represents an intriguing example of how natural forces can mimic the appearance of intentional construction. While the Inca walls were integral to the social and religious fabric of their creators, built to last and to impress both the gods and future generations, the Kaimanawa wall's significance lies primarily in the mystery of its origins, whether it is a remarkable natural geological artifact or evidence of a forgotten civilization. The Kaimanawa wall, if confirmed to be man-made origins, could radically reshape our understanding of New Zealand's prehistoric past. This enigmatic structure could suggest the presence of an advanced pre-Maori civilization, challenging the currently accepted timeline of human settlement in the region. Such a revelation has significant implications, not just for archaeologists and historians, but for the entire narrative of New Zealand's history. Over time, the wall has woven itself into the fabric of local lore and speculative histories. Various non-mainstream historians and enthusiasts have suggested that it might be evidence of ancient settlers or even lost civilizations. This is similar to the speculative interpretations that surround other mysterious ancient structures found worldwide, where local myths and global intrigue often blend to form compelling tales of forgotten histories. The ongoing interest in the Kaimanawa wall exemplifies a broader global fascination with unexplained structures. It continues to be a focal point for discussions about archaeological methodologies and the interpretation of ancient sites. This mystery invites a deeper dive into the past, prompting calls from within the scientific community for more comprehensive studies to ascertain the true nature of the wall. Such investigations are crucial, as they not only help clarify the origins of specific structures but also enhance our understanding of the human footprint across different epochs and geographies.